What's up? All right. Hey, Belle, you get here so fast. It is amazing how fast you get here, Belle. Wow. Hey, baby. I am truly amazed at how fast the Belle gets here every day. So, how are you doing tonight? You feeling okay? I clean my glasses. My glasses. He can't see without his glasses. There we go. There we go. Oh, I can see again. Overachiever. Emily. Hello, P. How are you? All right. We got to get that clicking going again. We always got to do that extra click for this chat. And then it goes. Oh, thank you for joining the gift club. There we go. Now the chat will start to go. I got to just do that sooner. Excuse me. Man. Okay. Oh, there we go. A little tired and not, yeah, okay. I can imagine after having to go through what you've been through. But hopefully today's a little bit better than yesterday, I would hope. Hey, Courtney. Man. Ba-da-dum-bum-bum. Ba-da-dum-bum-bum. All right. Hope everybody's doing good today. Heaven, we will need, yes, definitely. Absolutely, 100%. Once everybody gets here. Absolutely. That was very, very tragic. I'm doing good. Ooh, yes. Hello, Gypsy Gemini. Hello. Oh, thank you for joining the club. Thank you. Hello, Q. Carissa is here. Hello. Hello. Man, a rune is sticking into my chest on this one. Good Lord. He's sticking at me. Not much aching. Incisions are looking good. Okay, well, that's good. That is good. That is good. That's what we want to hear. Oh, it's Rune's. I was like, what is that spot right there? It's between Rune's legs. Always looking between Rune's legs. Happy Friday. All right, so is everybody, hey DW, everybody well rested as can be for this evening's festivities? I was looking at the chapter guide tonight, and apparently 50 to 54 is where P was at. I think, if I'm not mistaken, like 50 to 54 this is where this is the massive stuff right here. Okay, yeah, because that's where I was on the requested lives. It was like 49 and then like 50 to 54 or something, or 48 to something like that. So, okay. And I think I'm tracking everything. I think I've gotten everything situated. I feel like I have hang on. This is annoying the crap out of me all of a sudden. I feel like I have a string in my armpit. What the fuck? Anyway, okay. It's pretty intense. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. She says it's intense. Okay, but yeah. So I think we have the story right, and we have everything straight, and what's going on, and everybody finally agrees that Skydra's a good person, right? Oh, look at this. Hey, everybody, we need a trip from Rune. Hello, we got some people here.
Rune Dannon, Crown Prince of the Valbaran Fae.
All right, see, we had to get rid of that. We had to get that first part of the admin business out. You know what I'm saying? We had to get that admin business out of the way. The Rune business, that's right. We got a little bit of Rooney business around here. All right. Wise has a DJ. I was a DJ for a small while in Germany, believe it or not. Oh, a little bit more Wise lure, yes, at the for kids parties. Definitely not kids parties. My filter is not kid approved. We know this. We try very, very hard. Kids parties. No, nope. No, not or none. That's funny though. All right, so let's get we have some admin business. Did you have a DJ name? No, it was they called me B, because yeah, they went by, yeah, hey B, yeah, what's up? Hey, yeah, here you go. And it was a country bar too, believe it or not. Yeah, it was a country bar. So it was very easy. It was a up and down rhythm that you based off an hour. It was super simple. So you started out, basically, you'd start out the top of an hour. You'd start it out with whatever the current club music was at the time. So at the time, it was like the Spice Girls and Britney Spears and Christina Aguilera. You know what I mean? It was 96, 97, 90, you know, that time frame. So we'd play that, and then you'd go from that, and then you would drop it right down into the slow stuff. And then from the slow stuff, you'd slowly start to bring it back up. 2 steps, 1 steps, cha-cha, shottish. Then you start bringing in some fast 1 steps, some waltzes, bring it into the line dances, from the line dances to the club dances, then you slow it back down. So it was real super simple. We just stack. It was easy. Nothing crazy. But yeah. No. Now you asked me to turn to, I couldn't do all that. Yeah, waltz, yes. Country dancing does a lot of waltzes. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, spin, 2, 3, spin, 2, 3, spin. Yes. Yes, believe it or not, a lot of Western songs are waltzes. That's the rhythm. 1, 2, 3, bum, bum. So, believe it or not, yep, that's how it goes. It's crazy. So, let's see who finished. I think Courtney finished with the buttons last night. I think Courtney finished with the buttons, if I'm not mistaken, because Carissa had to leave us last night. I hope you had a pleasurable evening. I hope you had a wonderful evening. She was. She did a great job. She did a great job, Courtney. You did a great job. I have probably shuffle. Side quest was successful. That's all that matters. I can't do the buttons. I'm about to top. Okay, well, Emily is out of the buttons. At least you did a great job. Listen, it just had to get shuffled a few times. It's okay. It happens. You still got everything played. Oh no, why were you sobbing? Why were you sobbing? Uh-oh, she's out here laughing. She's coming out here laughing. Uh-oh. Your comment got filtered. What did you say? She's laughing so hard, guys. She came out. She's bent over laughing. She's got snot coming out her nose. It's so funny. She's got 2 tears coming down now. She's telling me shut the fuck up. Wow. Sorry. Can I see the banana emoji button? She asked to see the banana emoji button because that's how we have it labeled. And it's freaking, it filtered a comment she was saying. Oh, that's funny. Okay. Why did we spend sobbing? So that's why it's, yeah. What is happening? They're 3/4 tempo, 48 and 96 beats per minute for waltz and line dances. Yep. Like back then, the line dances they did back then were they did it was To Trouble, hello, TROUBLE, shake it, spin it 1, 2, and then Watermelon Crawl, Electric Slide, of course. Yeah. Anyway, so that's all that was. All right. So how about she's gonna try to sneak one in again. Who is in Courtney? Who are you? Or do you want to Courtney? Do you want to, since you only had half the night, the honeypot? Do you want to try again on the buttons again tonight, Courtney, or do you want to pass them off? Do you want to have half a night on the buttons, or are you like, get this shit away from me? Get this shit away from me. I don't want this shit. She said, I can do something. She's like, I got it. I like it. I was asleep, so it doesn't count. Exactly. I am simply overwhelmed today. I'm sorry, Emily. I'm sorry. Well, don't be overwhelmed. Let us take some of your whelmed. Put your whelmed on me. I am here to... We have sucked up Emily's whelmed. Now you are not overwhelmed. You are just whelmed. I hope that worked. Here, maybe this will help. Maybe this will help with your whelming. I'm telling you to loosen up my buttons, baby, but you keep running, saying what you gonna do to me, but I ain't seen nothing. I'm telling you to loosen up my buttons, baby, but you keep running, saying what you gonna do to me, but I ain't seen nothing. Yes, there. Has that helped some of your whelm? Has that helped some whelm? You need a rune button? You know what? Here, I can oblige that one too. Enjoy.
Rune Dannon, Crown Prince of the Balbaran Fae.
I understand. I get it. Okay, so is your whelmed? Okay, your whelm needs a little bit of spice to underwhelm it. Okay. So maybe your whelmed is, you're cold. Okay, so let's warm up your... There. Is everybody feeling whelmed? Are we whelmed? Have we become? There we go. Ooh, yes, we love tea. Shadows, what do you? You, Miss Wolverine. There we go. Excuse me with the. Okay, so, I will. Oh, thank you for the roses. I believe now. I will say I did run to the post office today, but would I like them to open thy mail tonight, or do y'all want to wait for brunch to do that? What would y'all prefer? And I'm going to give, I believe it's from Carissa. So we got 2 mail time. She says now. She said now.
The mail's here. Let's go. Here's the mail. It never fails. It makes me want to wag my tail. When it comes, I want to wail. Mail!
I'm not gonna lie. The fact the fact that I was already graduated high school when this came out and I'm now using it blows my mind. I'm not gonna lie. That's kind of funny. Okay. Ha! All right. Wing leader. It's so cool. All right. Oh, I'm excited. I'm excited. What do we got here? Oh, what do we got? Oh, what do we got? Oh, oh. Oh. Okay. Okay, ready? I'm gonna open it to y'all first. I think. No, okay, gotta go this way. Is it safe? Is it safe for me to open? Is it gonna be safe for me to open? Okay, ready? Here we go. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Run, motherfucking goddamn daddy. That is fucking beautiful. Look at that shit. God damn it. Ladies and gentlemen, you know that's fucking legit. You know what's funny is that is fucking beautiful. God damn it, baby. I tell you what, made me question myself if I wasn't married to Liz. I tell you what. God damn it, already told you. Woo! And he's got his hands. Does he have both of his hands? He's got both hands there. He's showing one there. The other one, it looks like it's there. Thank you so much. That is fucking legit. Oh, that's legit. That is legit. Yeah. Here. Yeah.
Rune Dannon, Crown Prince of the Valbaran Fae.
Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord, have mercy. Lord, have mercy. Ooh, went with, oh, this is amazing. Thank you. Thank you so much. This is... It's my shirt. You can't have my shirt. You don't touch my shirt.
I never planned on taking it. I just want to see it.
Isn't that amazing? Isn't that just amazing?
You're wearing a shirtless man.
I am wearing a shirtless man, and I am proud of it.
You should put this with the chicken overalls over it.
Oh yeah. Oh, this will go great with the chicken overalls.
Maybe
Yes.
one unhooked, so it's like Rune Dannon with like
Ooh. It's a great idea. Make sure there's nothing in the package. That's a great idea. You're wearing a shirtless man. Ah, beautiful. Am I good? No more stickers on me? No more stickers? We're good? We're going to do the full check. No stickers. Full 360. Fit check. Woo! Okay.
Now stand next to your cutout.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Here.
You gotta pose.
I do. We got to pose. Let's stand with next to the man himself.
Do the Michael.
Ah, job. Beautiful. Okay. Wow. This was amazing. Thank you. Thank you so much. This is amazing. We'll wash with care. Oh. Oh. You are amazing, Carissa. Thank you so much. You give me so many cool shirts. So many cool shirts. Okay. Woo. All right. Are we ready? Man, you're already at 5K and I've already given you so many buttons. Oh, definitely wash inside out. Cold water by itself, delicate. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. Let's get your 5K button and then we will get started. I'm going to take notes tonight so we remember. Oh, we will protect Fabric Rune. 7, please. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Would you like to change? Would you like to change? Would you like to change before we get started? If you don't want to do the roulette, it's okay. I understand. Oh, nobody's mad. Trust me, nobody gets mad. I don't think. Does anybody get mad when we hit the bad guy? I don't think anybody gets mad. Never. Exactly. It just makes it fun. It just makes it fun because sometimes y'all get that pattern so quick, and then you just get to enjoy it. I got to make it fun. I got to make you earn it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all are making me earn my stuff. I got to let you earn it too. You do got this. You got this. All right. Well, just remember 7 is safe. You remember that 7 is safe. All right. And we are starting on 51 tonight. 51 tonight. Oh, can I see? Why? Why do you get this special privilege? And I'm okay with it. And I'm okay. Because it's good to be the king if she's the queen. You know what I'm saying? All right. Woo. I knew. Exactly. She needed to, I cleaned my glasses. That way they were distracted by something. All right. So. Everybody, I'm sure everybody's either past me or at least with me, right? Does anybody need a review or anything on... I am the Lorcan to her lead. I could deal with that. I could handle that. I could be Lorcan. I will be good for her. Absolutely. All right. Does anybody need a quick review or are we good? Okay, Belle. Oh, Belle got ahead. Nice, girl. Nice. I know a lot of people were saying, they said, screw the 5-chapter rule wise. We gone. I can't do it no more. I'm like, man, I got you. Luckies. Oh, of course, I already finished my iced tea. I got to 54. I don't blame you. Oh, 100%. Absolutely, P. You are not wrong right there. And I will say, the only reason there is a 5-chapter rule, remember, folks, the only reason the 5-chapter rule exists is because I have to film the videos and then edit the videos, and I want to make sure I try to get a steady amount out. If I could get more out in the day, if I had somebody that was like editing the videos, then I could just like film and man, y'all be getting maybe 10 a day. But anyway, digressing. Future plans, right? Future plans. So it is a good rule. It absolutely, but that's when you know you have a good story. And that's kind of like, honestly, that 5-chapter rule is kind of a guide. Like, how many times, like, do I break it? How many times do I want to break it? Like, I don't know if P's caught this before, but I've said it at least 3 times in this book so far. I've wanted to break the 5-chapter rule. Okay. Like in Fourth Wing, I think I wanted to break it 4 times there, you know, so that's how I judge. Sometimes I have to, and sometimes I don't. Okay, good. You have caught it. Awesome. I don't like to give all the stuff out, cause I'll be like, you know, make sure people catch it, but excuse me. I love this story. It's good. The only thing I have a hard time, because they're Vikings, right? But they're not Viking. So you know what I mean? It's so hard because they're I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Help, I don't know what to do. Because I think they're not on our earth. So they're like, but they're still, I don't know. Anyway, you see where I'm coming from? Anyway, it holds you accountable. It does. It does. Some days I just don't have the energy. I got you. Viking adjacent, exactly, right? Like if Leif Erikson had some Vikings that went through a portal and they were like traveling to America, and I don't know, we'll figure it out. They are definitely medieval. Excuse me, they're definitely medieval. Go medieval on your ass, woo, with magic, like where the sun is red, right? Maybe they're on Mars. Maybe it was before we destroyed. Okay, anyway, we got 50 pages tonight in these 5 chapters. So, I think we should get into this. All right, we are at 8.5K. Now we got 11 people. All right. Excuse me. So, we're going to go, you're starting at, what are you starting at? 8.6. I'll give you 8 point. We'll just go ahead and I'm going to give you 8. You're starting at 8.5. I'll give you the free ones. So you're starting at 8.5. All right. For every 5K, you get a like, or you get a button. You've got 11 here. So you got to get, that would be 22. So you got to get to 30K. 30K for a full round. 5K per. 30 for a full round. You're starting at 8.5. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, wise beyond the stories, proudly presents to you Demi Winters, A Road of Bones, Chapter 51. Stomachs clenched tight. Jonas's eyes roamed over Scylla. Her face was smeared with dirt, curls wild and astray, and her arms. Stepping back, he stared at her arms, at the pure white light pulsating from her veins. What? He muttered, taking her hand in his, examining her wrist. The light. It swelled and crested in intensity. And when he pressed a finger to her skin, it was cold as ice. Scylla, he asked, waiting for an explanation. But her eyes were fixed on something beyond his shoulder. Tugging him close to her, Scylla's hands snaked under his cloak and around his back as she drew his lips down upon hers. Eyes closing, he returned her kiss, hoping her touch would ease his mind. Would bring him some answers, because at this moment, nothing made sense. The cold from his forearms penetrated through his armored jacket as she pulled him tighter to her and backed them up against a stone outbuilding. He parted her lips, and the scent clinging to her was wrong, all wrong, dust and earth, and something he could not quite place. A noise stirred from behind him, and Jonas pulled up looking for the source. Scylla's hand tightened against the back, and chills sending goosebumps up his spine. Or perhaps it was the three tattooed faces. Oh, it was the three tattooed faces when she made him shiver. 3 Clinari, rounding in the yard. With each menacing step forward, their long braided heverets clicked against their male shirts. Jonas' hand inched towards his own blade, but he forced it away as the 3 men fanned out amongst the outbuilding. God damn it, baby Jesus! Ha, right. Arnisha got protection too. Can I help you? He asked in the nearest of the bunch, his brows furrowing, pressing her face to his chest. Scylla's shoulders rose and felt with rapid breath. Don't mind us disrupting your fun, chuckled the man, unless you see a girl with curly hair run by this way. No, said Jonas, his voice coming out lower than he'd intended. Afraid not. My woman and I have been here for some time, and we've not seen anyone come past. The man nodded, ducking around one of the buildings. Jonas' gaze turned to Scylla, staring up at him with pupils blown wide. Her entire body trembled, and the urge to protect her made his muscles tense. Please, Jonas, she asked in a soft voice, take me far from here. Please, I beg of you. Casting a cautious look over his shoulder, he clasped the thick woolen coat and wrapped it around her shoulders, glimpsing the shiny white light once more. He had not imagined it. I will need answers, he rasped. Yes, she whispered, sagging into him. His arm snaked around her shoulder as he drew her against him. Holy shnikes, Wise, figure it out. Fighting the urge to shake her and demanded she explain herself right now. God, right now? They hastened down the lane behind the temple, Scylla shrinking further into herself with each step. At last they reached the rear of the woodcrafter's shop, where the horse was secure. Elias reclined on the bench, an apple in hand. Scylla sniffed, recoiling deeper in the hood of the borrowed cloak, and Jonas nodded at his brother. All right, I think we got out of there. Okay, all right. I thought the Clinari were going to be a lot harder than that one. All right, we're safe. Whew. Everything all right with Hammer? Elias asked. His blonde brows snapped together. Her trembles had intensified, and she leaned against Jonas as though she'd crumbled without him. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Lisa. She's unwell, said Jonas. We shall ride ahead and settle at Blackrock. What's the plan for tonight's camp, was it not? Elias bit into the apple, nodding. Believe so. I'll tell the rest. Go on. Jonas helped Scylla mount his mare, taking care to keep the black cloak in place as he climbed up behind her. She slowed back into him, and her arms encircled her shaking body. He was not sure what exactly happened when Scylla had left the Blood Axe crew, but something hadn't felt right about it. The tense in her shoulders, her unusual quick strides. After a few minutes of consideration, he'd wandered down the road after her. Okay, it took a minute or two, really? And when she darted from her laneway on the road without her cloak, the hair in his arms raised. When Jonas saw the red-haired warrior chasing after her, saw the woman draw her blade, he'd broken into a run only to lose them as the flock of sheep had overtaken the road. He'd seen them through the rounding of the back of the abandoned temple and panicking feeling the crawling through, but knowing the feeling Jonas' stomach had told him to linger. Hi, Lilybug. Are you just sleeping? Lily. Toe beans in the air. Boop, boop.
Fighting the urge to cut myself bangs.
Do what?
I'm fighting the urge.
You're fighting the urge to cut your bangs?
Yeah, to give myself bangs.
Why are you fighting the urge?
She's not helping.
Should she cut her bangs? All right. What do we think, voices? Should she cut her bangs? Hey, what's up, Diversity? Long time no see. What's up? I'm doing great. I hope you're doing good. We got one that says yes, do it. Should Liz cut the bangs? Should Liz cut the bangs? As a fellow bang girl, I say do it. Bangs. That's 3. That's 3. There's 4. There's 5. Sip says no.
It's Sip, though.
DW says what kind of bangs?
Like a long bang, but
Like wispy.
Like eyebrow length thing? Wispy?
Yeah.
Wispy? Up, P says
Just
yes.
A little,
You look like me.
just a little.
Could you top me off with my iced tea, my love?
Throw your throat.
Kind of longish. And
Longish
then,
bangs.
like maybe some curtain or a side bang. I don't know.
A fringe. A fringe.
A fringe.
If Allie Grace shows up, we'll ask her what the proper term is called.
Maybe I should wait for her. You're like, yo, it's FaceTime.
There you go.
So what do I do?
What do I do?
What do I do?
Okay, I know what you don't do. Don't put them in a rubber band and just snap them. Don't do that.
Don't use craft scissors.
And don't use craft scissors.
No, the kitchen.
I vote yes if it's like curtain bangs. I'm not good with the terms. Oh, thank you for the gifts. Yeah, no micro bangs though.
No micro.
No micro bangs.
I think you should cut them to here.
No, I think I'll just shave it back. The
Reverse bang.
inch, yeah, I'll just have shave bang.
Oh, thank you for the corgi. Thank you,
I
thank you,
can
thank
put
you.
Velcro bows on my head then.
And I'm gonna shave my lips.
No,
Okay, stop.
you're not gonna do that.
I mean, I think
No,
it sounds fair.
No shave.
Thank you, thank
bang.
you. Okay, well then let's not go crazy, please. And let's just remember.
Does it make you nervous?
No, what makes me nervous is you do it, then you don't like it, and then you're like, like it'll grow back, it'll be fine, but then you're gonna be like, and I love you so much, but anywho, it'll be fine. Go do it. Come show us in a bit.
I'll be back, maybe. Or I'll be crying. I feel like I'm halfway through chapter 89. I feel like I'm in the middle of a crisis and maybe shouldn't do this, but also
She's halfway through 89.
I want to do it.
Wow. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our house. That's how it goes. Welcome to a Friday night. Y'all inside look. There you go. Woo. Well, this is the thing. No, it's honestly, it's okay. It's the Liz, as you call her, Liz Face has been asking her to, and she's been contemplating it for a while. She's just now, okay, then maybe I'll do it. So, see, she's happy. She'll be fine. She's fine. She's fine. Right? She's fine, right? Oh, okay, so do it. Yeah, exactly. Do it. Do it. Do it. Hair will grow back. Exactly. It'll grow back. Listen, I accidentally shaved my mustache. She accidentally... You can hear, I think she just read the comment and laughed inside. I don't think it's... Oh, this is great. And this is to whatever end, babe, to whatever end. I'll love you either way. I mean, inappropriate comment here. Do it for the plot. Do it for the plot. Okay, hang on. I gotta get to reading. Y'all are milking likes right now. Y'all are milking likes and I'm not reading. Hang on. Where was I? Hang on. Oh, I see what y'all were doing. Y'all.
Lock in, Wise. Lock in.
Ha. He'd been frantically pacing around the outbuilding at the rear of the temple when her curly hair popped out from a hole in the ground. Disheveled from panic and white light flowing from her arms. It'll be a me problem, and it's okay. It's okay. It'll be all right. His stomach burned the longer he considered it. Scylla was Galdre. A neighbor tipped them off about Galdre in their home. Lies, of course. We have no magic. She looked in the eyes and had told him that just yesterday. Jonas felt sick. He shared things with her, things he had not even entrusted with the Blood Axe crew. Oh, now you know not a red flag committee. It was impossible to think that she lied to his face, not his Scylla. Not, oh, now you want to call her his Scylla? Not Curls? What the Jonas gripped on the reins, tightened as he steered his horse down the side street to avoid the town square. They passed a paraclinaire, banging on the shop doors. A chestnut coiled and the hair spilled out from beneath her hood, and he tucked it back under just as they passed underneath another paraclinaire, and the dark eyes voluptuously studied all who passed them. The town was swarming with Clinari and the searching for someone. Jonas's teeth clenched down. With a nudge of his feet, he paced and urged his mare to quicken her pace. They'd soon have men at the stockade walls, if they did not already, searching those who entered and left Skirter. But perhaps they would thought the girl on foot would give them a chance. You are risking your future for a girl who lied to you. Yeah, you don't want to be with her, Jonas. Just go give her to Ray Ray. Go give her to Ray Ray, Jonas. Nobody wants you. At least that's my opinion. The thought materialized from thin air, setting Jonas's teeth on edge, but he found himself considering it all the same. The consequences of harboring a Godry were the cell or the pillar. The end of his dreams of reclaiming his lands, 5 hard years of work making a name for himself in the world of scrap, just like that. At the sharp yelp of a hound, Scylla flinched in his arms. Jonas tucked her closer at his chest and adjusted his cloak over her. She needed him. And his chest squeezed the thought of harm befalling her. Your valiant acts brings nothing but trouble, son, Jonas grunted, shaking his head. They were his father's words, the words of a man beating his child. What a cunt. It's a British word, tick-tock. The shadow grew tall as they neared the towering stockade wall. The noise of the central part of the car had died, and it was silent save for the clops of the hooves of a raven compiling from a post in the wall and the gentle pull of the reins. Jonas slowed his horse. His eyes met those guards standing atop the wall, and he returned the man's curt nod. As they passed through the gate, Jonas released a long breath. They were out of the city. Hold tight, he murmured to Scylla, and kicked the horse into a gallop. All right, you did it right, but I still don't like you, Jonas. By the time he dared stop, Jonas vibrated with tension. After an hour's hard ride in the brutal winds of the highlands, he led his tired horse off the road to bones, sipping below the rocky outcrop to shield from the winds. A river snaked through the rolling hills of the grass and heather, fed by snow melt from the sleeping dragons. Securing his horse, Jonas slid from the saddle and helped Scylla down. He turned her expeditiously. His muscles tensing as she rushed to the stream, tearing his cloak from his shoulders and snapping his fastenings of the overdress loose. As she clawed at her underdress, he snagged her entangled hair, and she wailed in frustration. "Let me," said Jonas, softly stepping toward her. She sagged. It would have been amusing if not for the desperation pouring from her. With gentle fingers, Jonas freed her hair from the dress and eased it off. She stripped herself naked except for the wooden talisman hanging around her neck, then ran into the frigid river and scrubbed at her skin. Jonas watched her, her stomach sinking lower. Something terrible had happened to her. Yeah, she was just attacked, motherfucker. What do you... To his selfless... Oh, now it's his selfless Scylla, not your... Ah, this mother... To his selfless Scylla, not your Scylla, came his shadowy thoughts. You do not even know her. Oh, shouldn't fucking matter. You. Anyway, she is Galdra. His chest clenched at that, but it was impossible to hold his anger while watching her madness. The water was bitterly cold and her skin growing pink. You should not stay in for long, Scylla, he said to her. You'll catch a chill. She made no motion that she heard him. After scouring her face and body clean, Scylla dropped to her knees and washed her curls. The girl would be beyond cold by now. At least she emerged from the stream and she squeezed water from her hair. Jonas picked up his discarded cloak and held it open for her. She did not meet his eyes as she stepped into the cloak, her skin red and prickled all over. Wrapping her cloak around her, Jonas held in the cling of the chattering teeth. All right now, he asked softly, pulling her into his arms. She nodded. I couldn't sit in that filth. I couldn't feel the dead on my skin. Did anyone touch you? He asked in a voice in a low voice. Did anyone lay a hand on you? No, she said quickly. No. Jonas tried for patience, but he'd never been an even-tempered man. Shall I build a fire? The tinder boxes in the wagon, but no, she said. The smoke. We cannot draw attention to our whereabouts. She turned in his arms, clutching his cloak around her naked body, and looked him up. Water droplets clung to her lashes, her wet curls tumbling over her shoulder, and she was stunning and tragic and vulnerable all at once. And he felt the need to drive a blade into anyone who would upset her so badly. Thank you for taking me away from there, Jonas, she whispered. 1,000 questions in his mind as he wanted to scream them all at once. Jonas's teeth ground together as he waited for her to explain. Her shoulders rose and fell with a heavy breath, and she stared at his chin. I believe I am Galdra, she said. It was utterly insufficient. Believe? You believe you are Galdra? I think that was readily apparent when your hands glowed like the auroras, Scylla. She flinched. Her hands had drifting out from within the folds of his cloak. Jonas took her hands in his, turning over as he examined her forearms, dull and pale once more. Where is it gone? It seems to do that, she said softly, her eyes studying him with an apprehension that needed to squeeze his chest, made his chest squeeze. Jonas did not wish for her to look at him like that. He'd swept from her town, hadn't he? What did she look at him as though she could not decide if she trusted him or not? What do you mean? Jonas asked, trying to soften the harsh notes in his voice. The lights come at the most inopportune times, then vanish without warning, said Scylla. I do not understand it. You looked into my eyes and told me you didn't have magic, Scylla. His hands curled into his fist. She held the truth from you. It is an act of disrespect. Do we really want to talk disrespect, Jonah? Because I can go back. But he banished the thoughts with the shake of his head. I did not know. The leaves, Jonas. I stopped taking the leaves and my arm started glowing. Leaves? Jonas repeated. His eyes dropped to her collarbone. His talisman nestled between them, but her other necklace. Why had he not realized it sooner? Because you don't care about her. You just care about getting inside her fucking goddamn plot hole, you son of a bitch. Where's your vile necklace? She chewed on her lip. I gave it to Ray. What? Demanded Jonas. Scylla blew out a sharp breath. I gave it to Ray to hold on to for me. Her words landed like a blow so fierce he grew dizzy. Ray. She gave the necklace to Ray. Yes, because she can trust Ray, because Ray won't give it back. You would feel sorry for her and give it fucking back to her. It's simple fucking god Denny. Her words landed like a blow so fierce he grew dizzy. Ray. She gave the necklace to Ray. She had entrusted Ray. The secrets were piling up too quickly for Jonas to keep. She played for you. Oh my god, she played. Why? Sorry, Timmy, I don't want to hurt you. Why? He demanded. Why did you give Ray the necklace? Scylla pressed her lips together as though she did not wish to speak of it. Why did she not want to share this with him? She shared the shameful past with him. She owed him the truth. You don't owe that fucking dipkin. Fuck him. I needed a break from the leaves. I was taking too many, Jonas. They addled my mind, and they were not good for me. She paused, if considering her words. Ray knew things about them, so I thought he might help me with them. Another realization took shape in his mind. When you were sick, Jonas said. That was from the leaves, was it not? Oh, hello, you stupid son of a bitch. You're finally I get it, you don't understand, but still, if you would have cared, you would have probably fucking paid a lot more attention. I'm just saying. That was from the leaves, was it not? Apprehensively, she nodded. Why did you not ask for my help? Because she plays you, she thought. No, because she makes you a fool, she swallowed. Ray had an understanding of them. You should have come to me, Curls. You heard Ray tell her the leaves were bad. You should have reinforced it a lot more. You should have fucking... He had an understanding of them. You should have come to me, Curl. Her name is fucking Scylla. Well, actually, her name is... But... Okay, we worked to calm his rapid rising pulse. She is still a good person. Jonas tried to reassure himself. She is still a kind person. She is simply not an honest person. But I believe you did not wish for any of us anything but a diversion, Jonas. Ooh. Got him, coach, she said in a soft voice. You did not want to hear of my mess after my father left with me. There you go. And this was a shameful thing for me. She paused. Perhaps I did not want things to change between us. I did not wish for you to look at me different. But you trusted him. I am sorry, Jonas. It was not planned. Ray helped her quit taking the leaves. She was Galdra. Hordes of Clonier hunted her. A red-haired warrior had chased her through a town in broad daylight. He started to question everything he thought he knew about her. You don't know shit about her because you don't care because you didn't fucking ask, you little fucking blonde-headed bitch. Was her name even Scylla? About that. Was she even from Skadra? Well, I mean, partially. Her headache pierced his skull. And he pressed his thumbs down firmly on his temple. A new realization crystallized. She fled to Clonier, which meant there was never a land dispute, was there? She bowed her head with a soft exhale. No, it was a bigger slide between his ribs. Their shared experience, the one in which had led him to trust her. To the open to the woman he had been for the first time. I'll give her that. I'll give you that. He had not been a lie. There are so many lies, so I cannot even count them. All of this time, you've been nothing but deceitful. You should have never told her your history, he thought. This is what you get for letting her near your heart. You didn't let her near your heart. You let her on your dick. Was it anything you ever told me true? His voice rose higher, and a flock of startling birds took flight from the grasses beyond the river. Yes. I swear to you, Jonas, pleaded Scylla. I know this looks terrible, but I beg you to believe me. My mother, my stories, they're all true. I did not wish to deceive you. I hated every moment of it. Her skin had pallid look on it. Her teeth chattering, that familiar feel in his chest squeezed in. Despite the lies, despite the fact he didn't even know this woman, he did not wish to see her suffer. All right, at least he's cool for that. Come, he said softly. Oh, let us get you dressed. He helped her into the dress, then offered her his flask, as a mouthful of Brenson always warmed one from the inside out. Jonas pulled a roll of wool blankets from his saddle sack, laying one on the ground and wrapping the other around her shoulders as she sank down beside him. Reluctantly, Jonas drew her close to him. He could not help himself. He wanted to be near her, yet she had deceived him. He told her things about her he'd never told anyone else, all because of her lie. He felt like a fool. His thoughts were a battlefield wearying for control until all he felt was muddled confusion. Never again will you allow yourself to be disrespected. I'm gonna disrespect the fuck out of you in a minute, bitch tits. She was only frightened. She made you a fool. She did not know she could trust you. But now you've shown her she can. I do not wish to lie to you, she whispered, looking at him from unease. I had to come up with the story on the spot to convince Axe Eyes not to kill me. If I had known you had a history, I'd have come up with a different lie, Jonas said bitterly. She wrung her hands together. It was life or death. He'd have killed me, and you wouldn't have lost sleep over it. That was weeks ago, Scylla. 'Cause she can tell the future? He injected. You've had weeks to speak the truth. Why? So you can just yell at her before you got into her pants? I knew. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, she said quietly, putting her hand on his arms. Her touch was warm, soft, grounding, a reminder that she was still his Scylla. He stared listlessly into the rushing waters. Jonas felt sick. Everything in which he'd drawn to him, her honest and genuine nature, their shared experience with land disputes, her kind, gentle heart, it had been false all along. Her hand squeezed gently, and the bile rising in his throat eased back down. Jonas breathed deeply, trying to imagine what he would have done were he in her place. She'd been alone, nearly perished in the twisted pine woods, had lost her father, was running for her life. Axe-Ive would have handed her over to her. She admitted that Clonier was chasing her. She was right in that. I cannot fault you for trying to stay alive, he said at last, scrubbing his hand over his beard. But fuck, the Clonier have been chasing you all this time? He grew and lost thought. That's why you look so worried in the market in Savarti. Why you borrowed my cloak? Why his eyes darted to her? Why you left the meat hall that night in such a rush. Hesitantly, she nodded. Jonas' chest squeezed. Excuse me. She shouldered this burden all alone for so long. She made so many mistakes. Had gotten herself in such a mess. What should I do, Jonas? Scylla had asked quietly, as though reading his thoughts. We're all close to Copa. We are close to Copa, but I worry. I do not wish to put the Blood Axe crew in danger. An incredulous laugh escaped him. Danger? Look around, Scylla. We travel the road of bones. Our camp was attacked by wolf spiders last night. We are surrounded already by danger. She chewed on her lip. What if Clenari come for me again? What if they find me with you? I cannot implicate you. The penalties for harboring a fugitive are harsh, Jonas. He laughed unnaturally deep. It's too late for that woman. I am sorry, she whispered. I did not wish to bring danger to you. She put her hands on her forehead. I must tell the Blood Axe crew about this. Scylla waved her arms around. We must warn them of the Clenari. I cannot have anyone hurt because of me. Jonas's brows drew together as he considered. Yes, he said slowly, we must be prepared for the possibility that the Clenari could attack. He was silent a moment. Though axe eyes might send you away, Scylla, a treachery of ravens flew overhead, and Jonas stared at them as he spoke. I could not bear for that to happen. Here's what you will do. Stay silent for now. Do not tell the Blood Axe crew about this yet. We will speak to Ray together after I've had time to think. It is 5 days' ride from Copa. You must keep the gloves on at all times until we arrive. He frowned. What exactly is in Copa? She cringed. I hate that I've lied to you, Jonas, she whispered. I despise every minute of it, she patted her lips. I have the address of a man who helps those in need of finding shield houses. His heart was numbed already. This new barb had no bite. Jonas pinched his lips together all the same. Scylla frowned. My pockets. She fished her hand up from her skirt, feeling around. The looks of dismay crossed her face. My pocket had ripped. Oh, the letter is gone. She pressed her fingers to her lips. Fuck. I have the address memorized. Yeah, but whoever finds that letter is going to know the address too. Jonas watched her quietly, weighing what to do. Such a predicament had gotten herself into. Clearly, she needed his help. A firm hand, guidance. A decision passed through him. A slow smile curving his lips. You can relax, Scylla. You are with me now, he said. I will ensure your safety, but you must do as I say. Do you agree to this? He tilted her chin to him, staring into her large brown eyes. Her brows were furrowed, and he ran a finger down her line between them. After a moment, she nodded. A smile sprung across Jonas's face. Good. You needn't worry, my selfless Scylla. I will get you to Copa, and we will figure out the rest together. Sean, what up, Sean? All right, what do we get to? 24K, so close. So close. You were only 6K short. So close. All right, so I said you were at 8 and you made it to, I'll give you 25 though. I'll give you 25. So 8, 10, 15, 20, 20. 4 buttons. We get 4 buttons. 4 buttons. 4 buttons. How is it? You doing good, Sean? You get that last trip done, or are you prepping for that last trip? Hey, Pixie. All right, what you got, Courtney? You got 4 of them. 4 of them. 4 of them. One more trip. Okay, just making sure. 1, 2, 4, and 7. She's going safe with the 1.
Rune Dannon, Crown Prince of the Valbaran Fae.
There's your 1. That was 2, and then you said 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right. And then she said 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and there you go. Wow, 4 for 4. That is how you do it. Nice job. Let's go. What a good one. All right. So so we're at 25 now. All right, how many? We're at 15, 18 total. So, all right. So you're at 25. We're starting at 25K is the start. And then it'll have to, all right, 55K. 55K for a full round. You are starting. There we go. Let's get into it. All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Road of Bones by Demi Winters. Chapter 52. Sukter. Skadra's fingers. Can we tie Skadra's? Please, Skadra, by the end of this series, become a good person. Please. I'm not a religious man. I'm not praying to God. I'm just praying to Skadra. Skadra, become a good person. Skadra's fingers tapped along the scarred ashwood table as she waited for Commander Laxa to enter. The small room at the front of the Sector Garrison Longhouse was nearly bare. 2 chairs and tables, torches set into the walls, casting lights into the space. A thin wall separated Skadra from the rest of the Clenier dining in the great hall beyond what smelled of stew and freshly baked bread. No feast fare tonight. The girl had evaded them again. Her stomach growled at the same. She'd been waiting for Laxa for an hour, if not more, had been offered no food, nor the chance to scrub the dirt from beneath her fingernails. The residue of the dead clung to her. A weaker woman would have let it get to her, but not Skadra. She would not allow these arrogant cunts to benefit from seeing the weakness in her. And so she waited. Her eyes settled upon the flickering flames of the reed torch, unable to keep her thoughts from drifting to the events earlier in the day. She'd ridden into town on the night prior and driving her mount hard all the way from Herber. After the blissful night of sleep, she made her way toward the Clenier Garrison Hall, only to see the Blood Axe Crew's signet riding through town. Warriors, 6 of them, plus a wagon, which had seen better days. And then there she was, Isa, right? Is that her name? Isa? Isa. Somebody said Isa. I was saying Elise. Somebody said Isa. Is that right, P? Isa? He can't even say Scott. No, listen. I'm believing in Skadra until she's gone or she turns good, okay? She is my project. She's my project. She says, Asa. Oh, Asa. That's like that one movie, that hillbilly movie that they played in The Mountain People. Asa. Y'all remember that movie? It was played by the guy who played Opie in Sons of Anarchy. He played a character named Asa. Anyway, okay, sorry, Asa. Okay, gotcha. Thank you. All right, and then there she was, Asa, right there. The mist of Suktar. Fortunate had shone upon Skadra at last. After days, weeks of pursuit, the girl stood there just before her, surrounded by warriors of the Blood Axe Crew. And to Skadra's delight, she rushed from the protection and fled into the streets. It seemed perfect. Too perfect. Shame filled her chest. Asa had slipped through her fingers again. Skadra had made a grave error and let her pride get the best of her. That'll happen 9 out of 10 times. Perhaps she'd been too confident. Perhaps she'd allowed herself too much fun. But girls, they want to have fun. She could not help herself. How often does one find themselves in the company of fallen royalty? And the girl had not even known. It had only dawned on Skadra when she mentioned Asa's sister. The girl had no idea it was Sage. Or his name's Sega. Sage, right? No. Sega. I want to say Sega, but it's not Sega. Sage. It was Sega Volsic, and she tugged on the thread of Asa's fear. Skadra should have known she might draw forth a memory of Sega. Saga. 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 Sorry. After that, she had sensed confusion, disbelief, and bewilderment. Until the moment the girl truly had not known. Until that moment, the girl had truly not known she was Asa Volsic. What a fool her adopted father had been. What a fool Skadra had been to judge Asa weak. She had, after all, evaded the queen's oath-sworn warriors near Skarstad, had twice evaded Skadra, and now this. The girl was slippery and deceptively resourceful. And Skadra had to admit she admired Asa's spirit, the way she fought her freedom. It reminded her of herself. See what I mean? Like you could just take that girl and teach her how to be good. She could be such a weapon for the good side. I'm just saying. Somebody, please. I'm begging. That did not mean she wouldn't find her and make her pay for the same she cast upon Skadra. Thrice now she'd slipped through her fingers. Commander Laxa would certainly unleash a verbal lashing upon her, but worse, her highness would be displeased. Discomfort slithered in Skadra's stomach, and her hand dipped into her pocket, the square of the parchment bringing her comfort. There is no room for failure, she told herself, reaffirming her vows. Skadra would find Asa, would bring her to the queen. Her survival depended on it. The door swung open, a tall Clenier warrior stepping into the room. Skadra stood, playing the games of honor the king's claws so enjoyed. Commander Laxa, she said with a nod of deference. Like all Clenari, the man was tall and broad, 3 tattooed slashes along his cheek. A bearskin hat sat upon his graying head, his beard long midway down his chest and twisted into twin braids. Skadra Clevertongue, said the commander, giving her an assessing gaze. 2 younger Clenari warriors stepped into the doorway behind him. Skadra loosened her mind, sensing out their auras, impatient and irritation, but more troubling was the feeling they shielded something from her. The commander sank into a chair across the table from her. A woman with the ice-blonde hair of a Novalander bustled into the room. As she placed a basin of water onto the table, a thrall tattooed peeked out from underside of her wrist. The commander nodded at Skadra. So you might wash before dinner. Finally, thought Skadra, finally they showed her respect she was due. Wordlessly, she dipped her hands into the tepid water, scrubbing the dust of the dead from them. The girl has gone, said the commander, watching her closely. Each home has been searched, each outbuilding, shepherd shed, and woodpile in the area. Skadra let out a long breath, scrubbing at the stubborn patch of her hand. She would let the man say what he would, wouldn't let him think what he needed to. We were alone with her. You were alone with her, Skadra, he said roughly. Did she speak to you? Skadra lifted her hands from the basin, flicking the water off of them. Did the foolish man think she would simply share such hard-earned details with him? Did he think her a fool? Did she pull her lips in a deferential smile? Yes, Commander, she said. She and I spoke, though only briefly. The thrall returned, laying on treachery of bread and a bowl of stew before Skadra pulling the basin of the table. She retreated from the room. Fortune shone upon the girl once more, said Skadra, watching the commander as she dipped the bread into the stew. She was quite frightened. And yet she escaped, said the commander, the venom barely vile. The venom barely vile in his words. He breathed in sharply through his nose, then leaned back into the carved wooden chair, sensing the warrior's wrath. Skardra allowed his gift to soothe the round edges of his emotions. They'd get nowhere unless the man was calm. After a moment, the commander Alaxa leaned forward on the table, steeping his fingers together. Did the girl give any indication where she might be headed? Skadra brought the spoon to her lips, sipping the broth from it. North, I would assume, Commander. She has traveled north for weeks. The man's jaws flexed and watched her. Naturally, he said stiffly. But once at the northern junction, east or west. I can assess once I arrive, said Skadra, choosing her words wisely. I should set out at once. I've wasted hours in this room, awaiting orders. The commander ignored her. It was assumed at this point she has companions who harbored her, who assisted her escape from Sukhpur today, he said. Who are they, Skadra? The tone in his voice told her their game was coming to a close. Though she scarcely eaten any of the stew, with a sigh, Skadra set her spoon aside and stared into Laxa's dark eyes, a thread of his irritation twined with revulsion and distrust. They were starting to get somewhere now. She would feed him some details and discover his game. It must not leave this room, Skadra said carefully, her eyes flirting to his two minions flanking the door. Their gazes were fixed upon the wall behind her, emotions abnormally smooth, Skadra's gaze settling upon Commander Laxa. She travels with the Blood Axe crew. Commander Laxa regarded her dark gaze. The queen grows tired of your failure, Skadra. Her stomach clenched down. She could not let the queen down. She would show her. She would make her see. You've been removed from the job, said, what? They've been removed from the job? Wah, wah, wah. Well, if you've been fired, it's time to become a good person. It's time to become a good person. You got no job. Go find a new line of work. Bad guy didn't work. Go new person, nodding at the warriors behind him. And so the game ends, though Skadra, her hand switching toward her empty scabbard. With her weapons left at the entry of the longhouse, she would have to rely on her galdre. But distressed by the queen's shaken confidence in her, her gift grew vile. Center yourself, you fool, she chided, sucking in a deep breath and holding it in. As the warriors approached her with violent intent, emotions finally poured freely from them, but her eyes fell upon the shining silver cuffs dangling from their hands, and Skadra's pulse accelerated. Hindram cuffs, she realized, her urgency growing. If they cuffed her, and her galdre became neutralized, gritting her teeth, Skadra forced herself to concentrate. She had the span of 3 heartbeats, accomplished what she needed to do. The younger of the two was the easiest. His thirst for her blood was strong, and his emotions vivid. Skadra's mind reached out, sifting through the threads until she reached the thin golden one buried deep within. One tug, and she drew it to herself, welding in it like a set of reins. Come on, Skadra. Time to go good, girl. Time to be good, Skadra. The man's jaw slackened and his pupils dilating. A small curve Skadra's lips cut his throat. The young Clenary unsheathed his dagger and slashed it across his companion's neck. Commander Laxa leapt to his feet with a yell of surprise as blood splurted through the air, splattering onto the table and walls. The man grabbed at his neck with a startled gasp, but it did little to staunch the flow of his life spilled from him and buckled to the floor. Schmill yourself, the young warrior slashed his ridden blade across his own throat, pupils dilating as Skadra released the thread of his free will. Looking down, the eyes widened as he took his own sight of blood gushing from his neck, and then to crumple to the floor on the top of his brother in arms, relevance of crimson streaming over the bodies and pooling on the floor. The commander was near the door, reaching for the pull. Sit, Commander, barked Skadra, or you'll be next. No long bothering to shield his emotions from her, loathing and disgust seeping from him, matching the hatred in his eyes. Good, she said, in a large man compiled, perching in his chair. We can stop this game of pretenses and speak honestly to one another, Laxa. Skadra wedged her chair against the door. Not a moment later, someone knocked from beyond it. Is everything all right, Commander? Came a male voice from the other side. Skadra glared at the commander, nodding at the door. Fine, he called out. We are fine. Leave us be. The sound of the retreating footsteps made Skadra's pulse calm. Laxka leveled a glare at Skadra. What do you expect will come from this, Galdra? He spat. You will not walk free from this building. You will be put to the pillar like the rest of your unnatural kind. I am too valuable for that. Her voice hitched on the last words, and she cleared her throat. The queen ordered it, you fool. Whoa, growled Laxa. You have failed her so many times. See, it's time to go. It's time to be a good person. She has deemed you unworthy of her protection. You lie, she spat. I speak the truth, said the commander. I have the letter to prove it. Do you wish to see it? Show me. Flames of fury burned in Skadra's stomach. The queen, her savior, it could not be true. Standing, the commander pulled a scroll from his cloak, handing it to Skadra, snatching it from him. Her eyes fell upon the golden wasp seal, broken. Skadra unrolled the parchment and drank in the words on the page. Her body grew numb as she read the words. Should fail one more, use her for your pillar quota. Bum, bum, bum! Parchment crumbling in her fist. Her eyes settled on Laxa. He stood, stepping backward until his spine hit the wall. Not so arrogant now, are we, Laxa, thought Skadra. But she could not glean no joy from his misery. The queen had ordered her execution. The queen thought her no longer useful. Dread began to sprout in her gut, but she yanked it out. You must change that, she told herself. You will show her how useful you are, Skadra. What is the plan, Laxa demanded Skadra. She scarcely recognized her own voice. What is the queen's plan without me? More oath-sworn warriors, stumbled Laxa. More warriors and Maester Elfsons abhorrent with the wasps. They've been sent along the road, stopping all who pass. Their numbers are great. They will find her. It is only a matter of time. I will find her, Skadra vowed. It will be me who brings Asa Volsec to Queen Signy and none other. No, just fucking don't! Damn it, Skadra. You're mad, muttered Commander Laxa. Yes, she said. Okay, maybe you are fucking mad. Maybe I'm just fucking pissing in the wind with you. Yes, she said, her lips curving up. A plan took form in her mind. The slate must be wiped clean. And you're already dead, Commander. Sadly, not even the ravens will want your corpse when I'm through. Hey, Alle Grace, talk to my wife, please. She tugged on the fear to hold him in place and closed her eyes and reached for the simmering pool of gladry tucked beneath her ribcage. Ashbringer was not her primary intuition, but Skadra's anger made it easy to draw it forth and prime herself. Commander Lax's eyes widened as they settled on the orange light gathering in her veins. But you're a soul, sir. Yes, purred Skaldra, enjoying the heat on her forearms. With an exhale, she relaxed, magic expressing from her palms in a burst of licking flames. Do you know, Commander, that I had a twin? What? His fear was wild now, a whimper escaping him. Have you heard of the Galdra twins, Commander? All the time in the womb, more than blood, just blood is shared. My sister was an Ashbringer. Though she was too frightened to make use of her gift, she was a weakness of hers, a flaw in her character. There is nothing but a selfish coward, Skadra. Ilka screamed in memory, a traitor to your own kind. Skadra's flames guttered, and she blinked back to the present. I am no coward, though. I am not afraid of vermin like you, Laxa. A pity, she said, yanking at Laxa's fear as she stepped towards him. He soiled himself, had paralyzed at his worst fears played before his eyes. I do not have time to play with you, Commander. I'd very much enjoy that, but I must be on my way. She pushed her flames upon his ridiculous bearskin hat, allowing herself a moment to absorb the sweet sound of his screams, the beautiful sizzle of his flesh, the skin bubbling and popping. Blech. Grabbing the bread from the table, Skadra bit into it as she kicked the chair, wedged against the door aside, and strolled through it. A tall Clinary rushed to her, his sword raised, her angle was palpable and throbbing Bryloop, effortlessly for Skadra to yank to bring the warrior to his knees with the sound of anguish. Disarming the man, she swung his sword into the neck of the approaching warrior. She collected her own weapons from the door, turning to see more Clinary charging at her. The fire had now spread to the timbered walls, devouring the long house with unrelenting hunger. With a smile, she closed the door and slid the dead Clinary sword through the handles. Standing with her arms behind her, Skadra watched as the smoke billowed through the skies, as the flames caught on the turf roof and spread across it, as the screams of the men inside the woven together into a beautiful harmony. She watched as they burned. Skadra's hand slid into her pockets and wrapped around a square parchment, and then she smiled. Woo! Are we sure she's not a good person? 33. Ooh, close. All right, you're 25. So I'll give you the 35. So you get 2 buttons. Y'all earn dose A buttons on that one. 2 buttons. You got 2 buttons. Yeah. All right. Damn it. I got stuck at work. Client decided to box color her hair. Ooh, that's not fun. That's not fun. She said 3 and 7. 1, 2, 3.
I'm telling you to loosen up my buttons, baby, but you keep running, saying what you gon' do to me, but I ain't seen nothing. I'm telling you to loosen up my buttons, baby, but you keep running, saying what you gon' do to me, but I ain't seen nothing.
Ooh, and 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. All right. You are doing good tonight, Courtney. You haven't missed one yet. You are popping 6 for 6. Nice job. All right. We're going to start you out at 35K. We're at 35K. So you'll get 1 for every 35K. 65 will get you. So I'm down to 3 unknowns. Are you? Ooh, it's going to get close. It's going to get close. All right. So, yeah. So we're 35. And then 65 will get you a full tour. All right. Is everybody good tonight? So 1 through 4 and 8 are good. Is that where she at? I think it's 7. 1 through 4 and 7. It was 7 on that one. I don't think you've done 8 yet. I don't think you've done it. It was 7. 1 through 4 and 7. Yeah. There we go. See, I'm even being honest, just so you know that. See, I am an honest keeper of the buttons. An honest keeper of the buttons. All right. Are we still good? All right. P, are we still here? P, are you still here? I want to make sure she didn't fall asleep again. If she did, we're gonna need to like ring. Okay, good. If not, we're gonna start voice chatting her up in the Discord. Yes, 9 buttons currently. 9 buttons currently. I'll tell you what, if you get silent on us, I'm gonna have somebody go in the Discord and just voice chat you and like, hey, and ding. I'm just saying. All right. Chapter 53, Demi Winters, Road of Bones. 53. Let's get into it. The Road of Bones. I'm going to have to call. Okay, Allie Grace, no worries. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. Have a good day at work tomorrow. Hopefully it's not as bad. All right, here we go. Scylla stared at the blonde warrior, fucking chode, who slept beside her, watching the rhythmic rise and fall of his chest. In sleep, Jonas looked peaceful, younger, unburdened, douche, chode, red flag. But laying in the tent of their own, purchased by the Blood Axe crew in Suktor, Scylla felt the world's weight on her shoulders. She had been withdrawn and shaky once they rejoined the crew at Black Rock and had skipped practice with Helka and retreated to the tent early. Jonas had soon joined her, awakening her with soft kisses. Had no problem. I'm sorry to throw you, Timmy. My bad. I'm sorry. She had been eager to lose herself, even just for a few brief moments, though he betted her more gently than ever before. Scylla could see it in his eyes. He could feel it in the air. Her lies had put new distance between them, and there were more she held close to her heart. Scylla exhaled, watching him. You can tell him, she thought. Just say it. It is Queen Signy who is after me, not merely the Clinary. Hey, Bose, what's up, girl? Welcome. Glad you were able to make it. That's awesome. Welcome, love. Welcome. All right. After merely the Clinary, they were simply words. How hard were they to say? You let him get too close. Scylla imagined the little blonde girl. Sega, she corrected, saying, I'm gonna... what was her name again? Saga, she corrected, saying, right, Saga. Yeah, Saga. Started Dungeon Crawler Carl. Oh, I think it's on our TBR. It will definitely be on the Wheel of Destiny when it is that time. Can you turn back the clocks already? Right, girl? I feel ya. Sega. Sega. All right. Gotcha. All right. Jonas was supposed to be nothing but a distraction, but somewhere along the way, the lines had blurred. They'd grown close. He told her things, and she'd felt compelled to share her own past. Perhaps she put a spell on her, bewitched her mind with his dizzying actions. When she was with him, she did not think of the things she'd lived through. Did not worry about the future. She was simply there, in that moment, lost to herself and to the world. Now Jonas wished to see more of her, wished to visit her in Copa, drunk on the touch. All right, let's do it. Come on out. All right, folks, we're going to... And now Jonas wished to see more of her and wished to see her in Copa, drunk on his touch, and she said yes. But where he crept in from all sides, it didn't seem as a smart decision. Copa was unknown. Would it be safe to have visited in the Shield House? And let's check out the bangs. I like it. Do you like it?
I like it.
I like it. It's different. It's different. I haven't seen you like this in a long time. I like it. It's been 1 week since you looked at me. Sorry. There we go.
I have bang.
You have bangs. See, that's why I didn't. Exactly. Good job. I love it. Nice.
She was good courage. She even reminded me to pull up a tutorial because I was about to raw dog it.
And I said, girl, get a tutorial. And she said, yes, ma'am.
She was about to raw dog it. Thank you, Liz Face.
Yes.
Thank you for telling her to watch a tutorial.
And she didn't use craft scissors.
Yeah, and she didn't use the craft. You actually have
kitchen scissors.
I know. You're
I
about
used
to say.
the hair cutting shears your mother gave me.
I was about to say my mom gave you professional hair cutting shears when you. Okay.
That's what we used.
All right. Hello, Sabrina Carpenter. Hey. Yeah. You want to try this position later? What?
Hey.
Hey.
Have you ever tried this one?
We will later.
I know you want my touch for. Oh, wait. Sarah just.
Hey, what's up, Mississippi? She did it.
That's my boo.
All right.
That's my boo.
That is your boo-boo. That's your boo.
I did a thing, boo.
She did a thing. She did it. Oh, wow. You 0.5 the credit at her on that one. Oh, that's crazy. Nice job. You did a good job. Proud of you.
All right. Enjoy
All
your
right.
book.
Thank you. Love you.
Stop interrupting.
You're fine. Not interrupted. Facts, DW. She really is. She really is. Said you're gorgeous no matter what you do. And I said it's true. It's very, very true. All right. Would the visit in the Shield House? Or would we better to have a clean break and a fresh slate? A new life for her with no links to the old one. The more trails she left, the easier it would be for Signy to track her. This stirred the embers of the troubling thought. Her presence thought danger of the Blood Axe crew, and they deserve to know it. The sooner the better. We will speak to Ray together after I've had time to think, Jonas had said. But it was her trouble, and this felt like something she needed to do alone. Ooh, Scylla. Boy, it's the right... Ooh, it's a tough one, Scylla. It is the right thing to do. Oh, it's a tough one. You're in a kerfuffle. Her mind was made up. Scylla would warn them and let things fall where they would respect it. If Acksides left her on the side of the road, so be it. Her friends would be safe, and she would find a way. She made it this far. She would make it to Copa. Copa. She just needed to get to Copa. And once there, once settled in a shield house, she could finally rest, breathe, consider the truth. She was Asa Voxi. Her pulse grew erratic, palms beginning to sweat. Scylla forced in a deep breath as she panic clawed up her throat. The same as it did each time she thought of that name. She wanted to know who she was, what she was. But now that Scylla knew the truth, she wanted to push it all back, crawl back under the rock she lived under for so long. Asa Volsic was the name of the reality Scylla was not ready to consider. Heir to the King Ivar's most despised enemy, she'd never know peace. Would look over her shoulder for the rest of her life. She would ever know who she could trust, who might sell her out, or who would use her for their own gain. And the question which frightened her most of all, would any shield house be safe enough for Asa? Her heartbeat grew wild, her breast shallowing, and the squeezing shut her eyes. Leaves, her mind pleaded. One leaf. Just one. One leaf to ease the tension in her stomach, to forget that she was Asa. Another to stitch up, and another to make her feel whole again. It to feel like Scylla. She just wanted chickens. Day meals? How things had gotten so twisted, so messy. Hearth fire thoughts, she told herself. Fields of fireweed with snow-capped mountains in the distance, dancing around bonfires with Hecla, dimples gradually, her pulse slowed, the tension in her chest loosening. Scylla could not allow herself to think that name, could not consider the implications which came with it, or she would crumble completely. You are Scylla. You must get to Copa, and that is the end of it. It was all she could do to keep her feet moving. One in front of the other. Get to Copa. 4 more days. Oh, Bozy, girl, it's 4:30. You need to be sleeping, girl. Girl, go get you that sleep. Holy shnikes, I appreciate you being here. Good Lord. Wow. You are like Ray, and Ray could not sleep. Excuse me. A nagging feeling kept pulling at him from under his skin. I've got you, hey, under my skin. It was an irritating feeling, as though he'd forgotten something and could not quite remember it. After tossing under his furs for an hour, he finally forced himself to crawl out from the tent he shared with Elias, nodding at Sigrun, who sat by the fire night after night on watch duty. Ray wandered about the camp, trying to determine if he'd forgotten to do something. He'd checked the freshly installed undercarriage on the wagon, the bags and crates neatly arranged on the flatbed. He checked the crates of rhodium weapons, counting them all. He strolled the perimeter of the camps, checking the horses. Ray leaned against the knotted pine trunk, scouring the camp. Horse approached, nosing into his chest, and stroked her absently. Nothing amiss. Everything was in place. Movement from the farthest tents diverted his gaze. She crawled from one and another, and now she shared with Jonas. A shock of brown curls bounced around her. She wore gloves and had Jonas's cloak pulled tight over her shoulders. The cloak Hecla had loaned her from the wagon was notably absent, one of the few particularities which we were piling up. She'd been unwell the day before, and she and Jonas had ridden off from Sculptria abruptly, probably to rut like animals. Ray frowned, deepened as he was met with the intense desire to slam his fist into Jonas's pretty face once more. How about twice more? 3 times? $5? If $5 says you won't do it there, guy. She and Jonas, it's a TikTok, it's entertainment purposes only. She and Jonas were a terrible match, and he did not know how she could see it. She might be good for him, but was all wrong for her. Oh, thank you for the gifts. But the man could be selfish and controlling to a great fault. Jonas would stifle her when what she needed was for someone to lift her, empower her. Empower her! And Jonas had taken advantage of her, a fact which did not sit well with Ray. Ray's the motherfucking man, no matter how much Jonas claimed he cared for her. She'd been alone, had just lost her father, and it had a slippery feel to Ray. I should have been paying more attention, he muttered to Horace. How could I miss that? Horace noses in his chest, bellowing softly. Because you've been doing your best to avoid her yourself, he thought. And because it's none of your God's damn business. He had not been counting down the days until he could be done with this oath, and he'd sworn to her, be rid of the girl. 4 days until Copa. 4 days until things were set to rights. 4 days until he could stop watching from the corner of his eyes as she cooked the evening meal, or learned a new series of hand signals from Sigrun. Could stop worrying for her safety whenever danger struck. Could stop listening for her laugh and searching for her smiles. Ray did not know how this had happened. What, you fell in love with her bitch tits? Duh. He needed to rid himself of this distraction. Whatever. And she wandered towards Sigrun, and he noted the tension in her shoulders. The way she chewed on her lips, something troubled her, and the fact that he had noticed made Ray's teeth grind together. He lingered with Horace. They would talk all his ear off, nor hum irrationally under their breaths. Ray far preferred the company of horses over humans on most days. Fair enough. Fair enough. Unless it's my family's. Or my voices. But the woman caught sight of him, diverting her course straight to him. Stifling a groan of irritation, Ray crossed his arms over his chest and watched her approach. She turned on her heel and walked abruptly away from him, and then seemed to change her mind and come forward once more. Her brown eyes met his. My Ruby, my brown-eyed girl. And his gaze fell upon the new necklace she wore, a carved wooden talisman similar to Jonas's family crest. Ray's scowl deepened. You have something to tell me? He asked, his voice sounding gruffer than he intended. Nervous energy radiated off her hands, opening and closing into fists. Yes, said the woman breathlessly. On with it then, he grunted. She bounced off the balls of her feet, refusing to meet his eyes. I love y'all. Y'all my best friends. There may be many warriors on the road who search for me. Ray's brows furrowed and studied her silently. I do not wish harm to come from you to the Blood Axe crew. You have been kind. You have helped me. If you think it best I leave, then I will. His mind worked rapidly, piecing things together. The Clenary searched for a girl in Suktor yesterday, he murmured. You wouldn't happen to know about that, would you? She swallowed, and Ray had his answer. How had he not put it together before now? Ray was unsure. Because you love her, and your love is judgment, because you're thinking about her, because you want her, because you like her. But the pieces were sliding into place, and it all made sense. The lie Cracky had caught her in. That how she'd pushed him that day in the field. Of course, those leaves. He fell a fool now as realization settled. She is Galdray, then, he thought. Ray studied her quickly, his mind at war. She lied to him, and yet he pitied her, wanted to help her, and yet her presence brought complications and danger to his crew. He pinched the bridge of his nose. How many? I don't know, said the girl softly. But the warrior you killed, the red-haired woman at Scaldra Ridge, she didn't die. So the warrior had been attacking her at Scala Ridge. A bounty hunter, perhaps. The Clenary did not often outsource, but it had been done in the past. Ray's eyes bordered her. How? I did not know. She came after me and sucked her, and I only narrowly escaped. The chest filled unexpected pride, but a throb grew in the temple. What have you dragged us into? He growled. Don't tell me, he said, and her eyes widened, surprised. I do not wish to know the details. When it came to dealing with the Clenary, it would be best to not know specifics. In the unlikely chance that the Blood Axe crew were taken into custody, they would claim honest innocence. You needn't be bonded by the oath, Ray, she said softly. I will release you from it, and I won't ever tell your secret. I swear on my life. I do not wish to bring danger upon you. Now it was Ray's turn to be surprised. She had honor. He would give her that. Had Ray been in her situation, this is precisely what he'd have done. But he was a capable warrior, and she was not. Ray did not need to consider his options to know what he'd do. He'd sworn an oath to get her to safety to Copa, and he would not leave it unfulfilled, even at her own suggestion. It wasn't simply the oath, though. He'd grown to respect the woman. He'd watched her work hard with Helka, had seen the fire in her spirit. There was a kinship between them, more than she could understand. Ray knew what it meant to keep secrets buried for the sake of safety. And she had saved his life. That was what was decided for him. Ray scowled at her. I swore you an oath, and even if that has turned into the worst decisions, I will see it through. But I must check with my warriors first. We decide as a crew what should be done. The woman rubbed her elbow, nodding at him. I thank you, said Ray, trying to soften his words. There is honor in what you have done, and the care for the lives of my crew. She blinked at him, those long black lashes framing her expressive eyes. Ray forced his gaze away. Those eyes held their own current, and he knew better than to get pulled into their flow. Prepare the day meal. Chicken! He barked, turning his foot and striding toward the wagon. And I will call a crew meeting. Spooning porridge into his mouth, Jonas scolded at Scylla. Fuck off, Jonas. Her back was turned to him as she dished porridge to a bowl for Elias, and then she had been fighting all morning. And now Ray had called a crew meeting. You know what this is about? Asked Elias, sinking into the log near Jonas. I swear, I do not know anything about pine needles getting into Ray's bedding. That's funny. Jonas raised a brow regarding his brother, and if this is about missing Brenson, my solace are on Fire Fist. Jonas took another bite of porridge, and between you and me, I saw your girl sneaking off one of the good apples to horse, so if Axe Eyes is wondering where they all went, that's where. His girl, Jonas's lips. What is she, a fucking possession? My girl. I'm sorry. That's because I don't like him. I'm being too hard. Maybe I'm being too hard on you, Jonas. He liked the sound of that. I'm sure you did. Ray clapped his hands together in 3 sharp strikes, and a smile fell. Crew meeting, Axe Eyes said gruffly. The porridge in Jonas's stomach turned over. Sunshine here has informed me that there might be some warriors on the road looking for her, said Ray. Clenary, more specifically. The unspoken words were plain for all to hear. Scylla is Galdre, and now the whole of the Blood Axe crew knew it. Jonas's teeth clamped down, his eyes landing on Scylla as she smothered her overdress with clutched her hands together. She told Ray after Jonas had instructed her to wait for him. Shut the fuck up, Jonas. It ain't your secret, bitch. She had willingly told her secrets. He'd volunteered them to him. Jonas gripped his spoon so tightly his knuckles turned white. Are you Galdre, Sigrun signed? Gunner interpreting for a confused Scylla. Before she could answer, Ray jumped in. We are not going to press her for answers, he said gruffly. A strange sensation prickled up the back of Jonas's neck. Why does Ray protect her? Red flag. I mean, maybe I'm overreacting. Murmured confusion spread amongst the Blood Axe crew, but Ray continued speaking. You know how I feel about lies, said Ray slowly, looking into the eyes of each warrior. But this is different. She has come to me willingly to warn us of danger, has volunteered to leave us if we wish, so that harm will not befall us. And if we decide to help her flee from the Clenary, in this case, it is best we know as little as possible. If the Blood Axe crew won't help her, I'll do it alone, Jonas jumped in. Scylla's lips parted and her eyes finally met his. He sent her a dagger-sharp glare, had things to say to her in private. I swore to her that we would take her to Copa, said Ray, diverting Jonas from his thoughts. And I'm of a mind to see it through. As we are a group, I want us to all be in agreement. So let us vote. All in favor of keeping her with us? Ray raised his arm. There was a moment of silence of consideration, and then Hekla's arm stretched out into the air. Sigrun, Elias, and Gunnar quickly followed. They stared at Jonas. He chuckled, raised his arm. Of course I wish. And yes, my he muttered. Tears filled Scylla's eyes as she hugged herself tightly. Are you certain you truly wish to risk yourselves for me? Helka strode to her, wrapping an arm around her shoulder. Of course, Dula. We take care of our own. She leaned in, and Jonas heard her whisper. You tell me everything later? Scylla hesitated, then nodded. Do you know your girl is Galdra? Asked Elias from beside him. Jonas just grunted. Very well, barked Ray. And the hum of conversation died. It is decided then. Ray turned to Scylla, speaking to her with the softness Jonas did not appreciate. How many? Scylla clasped her hand tightly together. There were 6 in Skarstad, 1 in Suktar, plus perhaps 10 who seemed to search. Suktar? Asked Gunnar. Why did you only tell us now? The eyes of the Blood Axe crew fell upon Scylla. It was a surprise to me, she said, refusing to meet Jonas's gaze. It took me some time to decide what to do. Between 6 and 10, barked Ray, bringing them back to the task at hand. Why did he deflect the conversation, wondered Jonas. Why did he protect her? The prickling sensation was back, crawling along Jonas's skin before understanding settled in. Ray wanted Scylla for himself. I really don't like Jonas. Jonas could think of no other reason for the crew's headman would dismiss her lies so casually. But I mean, he's not wrong. I mean, I just said fucking Ray loves her. He just doesn't recognize it yet. So I get it. Valid. My bad. I'm overreacting. Now that we know what to expect, continued Ray, it should not be a problem for the 6 of us. Have your shields at the ready, blades sharp, and listen for my command. Sigrun, ride ahead and signal back if you meet men on the road. Sigrun, have you an extra Librina armor for Scylla? Asked Hekla. You seem about the same size. The blonde woman nodded. Ray turned to Scylla. Have your blade ready. Remember your defenses. Think ahead and anticipate what they'll do. I'm not being too hard? Okay, cool. And Sunshine, do not hesitate. The corners of the lips twitched, and it was like the words had some silent meaning to him. As Scylla's lips curved up to return, Jonas's blood began to simmer. He could stand it no longer. Such blatant disrespect. Jonas shot to his feet and grabbed Scylla by the arm, pulling her behind the wagon. A storm was gathering inside him, and he needed to speak his piece. Jonas, she protested. Her feet stumbled to keep up with him. What is... His hands curved around her shoulders, and he shook her gently. You told him without me. She held herself very still, her brown eyes watching him wearily. Yes, she said. It was a thing I thought I should do on my own, and as soon as possible. I should have told him last night, Jonas. Night, Bose. Good night. Thanks for coming. We understand. Trust. I understand. Get some sleepies. Thank you for showing up, Elias. You trust him? Jonas inside twisted. He hated this. It was Ray, his brother in arms, but he would not have her act this way. Did she not realize she made a fool of him? You told him your secrets, said Jonas, his grip tightening. I could not let anyone be at risk of danger. What of it, Jonas? Her eyes flashed into challenge. Clearly, she did not understand. Ah, you're Scylla, he thought. She is young and naive. She needs you to explain it to her. Help her understand. That is not what she's saying. Ugh. I hate this chode. Jonas cupped her cheeks tenderly. I do not want you speaking to Ray. Red flag committee! Tell me who to fucking talk to, bitch tits. Speaking to Ray anymore, Jonas said softly. What? She was abruptly displeased. His thumb swiped across her lower lip. You will no longer train with him. And if you need to speak to him, you will do so through me. Controlling much, you cunta? Her brows drew together and she pulled her hands from her cheek. Jonas, you cannot ask that of me. You're with me now, Scylla. You wear my family's sigil. He brushed his lips softly. Jonas, she said, yank! Yeet! Bouncing from one eye to the other and back. What has gotten into you? I do not know what troubles you, but let me put your mind at ease. You're the one who knows me best in this world. Jonas laughed, a brittle sound he did not recognize as his own. Best in this world? Pitiful as it was true, but in the time he would know her truth. Come here, he said, gripping her wrist and pulling her towards him. Jonas glanced over his shoulder, his gaze colliding with Ray's. His headman stood by the wagon, arms crossed over his chest, watching Jonas with pure distaste upon his face. Good, thought Jonas, claiming Scylla's mouth with his own in a kiss that left them both breathless. Ugh! When he drew back, he looked into her troubled brown eyes. You agreed to do what I said, Scylla. Think twice before going behind. Or what, bitch tits? Or what? Oh, fuck a Jonas. Like, not like that, like the other way. Fucking TikTok entertainment. Jonas stalked off his saddle, leaving the curly-haired girl leaning against a tree. What a fucking cunt-a-puss. What a... Fuck that guy. Fuck that guy. Oh, we're at 44. You're 44. I'll give you 45K. You get 3 buttons. Or 2 buttons.
I missed one button. I had to catch up.
Hang on. They get 2 buttons. You get 2 buttons. He is the anti-rune. He is the worst motherfucker ever. I hate entertainment purposes. He's a fictional character. All right. Courtney. She says 2 and 8. She's taking a safe one and then picking something new. I see what she's doing here. I like it. Look at that. I wish I could rock the bangs. Look at that.
Just do it.
All right. Here we go. 2. Eight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Morse code.
I screamed. I screamed. The scream I scrumped. The scream I scrumped.
No, I want the honey pot.
You want that one? Don't read 89.
Can I just bypass it? Do I have like
you have to experience 89.
If I don't experience,
not
maybe
till tomorrow.
It just doesn't happen.
Just don't. It's
It
not.
just never
tomorrow.
had to happen.
Tomorrow after we do our errands in the morning, and that way after it's done, you can just chill for the rest of the day. We'll put on Sweeney Todd.
Try a little priest.
Well, you read it tomorrow, and then when we're done, we'll watch Sweeney Todd. It'll be great. It'll be
But
great.
if I don't, then it never happens.
But then you don't get past that chapter.
No, see, I can just go.
No,
chapter
you
9.
cannot do that. It will not make sense. It will not make sense at all.
I'll just, be in denial.
See, it's okay. You'll be all right, love. You'll be okay. You're good enough. You're strong enough. And doggone it, that chapter's going to break you.
Ah!
You're good. You're good. You got it. You got it.
54.
See? You got it. You got it.
Button up, Buttercup. Did you tell her how USPS hates me? And has a
Oh.
vendetta against me?
Oh, would you like? I didn't say. Would you like me to tell that story?
Sure.
Okay. So, before we get into 54, unfortunately, we thought Flat Rune was going to hit DW today. She was like, oh, he's going to get there. And then I went to the post office today to get the mail. And when I got the mail, Rune had been returned to us with the sticker that just says USPS.
Contact your postal service vendor because of the way that the label was formatted. And I'm like, what do you mean? The vendor was USPS. So USPS is telling me to contact USPS.
Yeah,
So we're going to go there tomorrow and I'm going to walk it to the counter and I'm going to tell them or ask them what the problem is.
So, and then it'll be out tomorrow. But
Again.
yeah, so that is where we are at right now.
But I did add a flat rune on the back now. So now it makes more sense when, if somebody were to see it out in the wild with the QR code. I'm hoping the QR code isn't the issue, like that it scans for something. So I don't know. I'll find out tomorrow. If not, we'll find another way.
All right. So yes. So that's where we stand with that. So the post office opens at 9 o'clock and we're going to be there at 9 o'clock. That's how it's happening. So that's what we're doing. All right. Where are we? You're at 46. All right. We're going to start you at 45. 75 for the full tour. 75 for the full tour. Road of Bones, Demi Winters, chapter 54. Wait, before I do this, is it safe to say fuck a Jonas? Can we fuck a Jonas? Like, if anybody's in here named Jonas, this is not of you personally. This is a fictional character, but fuck a Jonas. Like, dead ass, fuck a Jonas, and fuck a Jonas. Fuck a JoJo. Okay, everybody agrees. Fuck a Jonas. Okay, cool. Level 3 Chode. I think he's upgraded to level 3 Chode at this point. I'm upgrading him to 3. 3. He was at 2. I think he's valid for 3 at this point. I don't know. He's saying don't talk to the boss. I almost want to make him a 5, right? With his rear, right? Exactly. Okay, so it's not just me. All right. Sometimes I'm a little harsh. I live with 4 women. Hold off on that 5? Okay. Well, hold off. All right. He doesn't deserve the cool name. Omega Chode is the highest, which would be level 10. 10 is Omega Chode. And then we go down all the way to 1. Bam! All right. Chapter 54. He's a level 3 now. Are we saying 3? Yeah, level 3. All right, let's get into it. As the wagon trundled down the road that morning, each small movement in the forest caught Scylla's eye. Thankfully, they had passed through the open highlands and re-entered the forest, protecting them from the winds. If Scylla recalled correctly, this meant they had nearly reached the northern junction where they'd leave the Road of Bones, headed west along the final stretch. Copa, she was nearly there. It was so close, she could taste it. And yet, a disquiet had settled in her bones. Scylla was relieved, she told Ray, was glad she'd warned the Blood Axe crew they might be in danger. But Giannis's reaction had been unnerving. You're with me now, Scylla. You wear my family, you will. His possessive words were once made her blood thrum with need. No, it was never need. You're young. You're 20 winters. I'm sorry. Now you're taken with the new unsettling meaning. I belong to myself, Scylla whispered. And when today was over, they would talk, and she would tell him as much. When he cornered her behind the wagon, she'd been too stunned to speak, and yet again she wasn't sure how they'd gotten to this place he had meant to be a How had they gotten so off course? This was precisely why she was meant to keep her distance from others, particularly from men. Feeling more complicated, pride and entitlement and ego were not things to be trifled with. Jonas had been a comfort to her, a balm to her grieving heart, but things had taken a troubling turn, and Scylla did not have room for more problems in her life. Her hand found the talisman hanging around her neck. Copa would be a clean slate. A new life, a fresh page. You will need to end things with him, she thought. Ease him down gently. Scylla put the talisman over her hand and lay down on the wagon. A shrill whistle passed the thin air, whirling in the wagon. She found Ray's arm lifted, hand curled into a fist. The horse came to a stop. It was quiet on the road for several heartbeats, and then the distant sound of hooves with hard-packed earth met her ears. Ray was beside her before she could blink, yanking from the wagon and pushing her to the woods. "You have your blade?" he asked with a cunning calm. Her heart pounded with the force of the war hammer. Scylla nodded, patting her hip, replaced her lost dagger with the one the blood axe crew spares. "Go to the woods and do not come out," he said, giving her a gentle push. "And remember, sunshine, I'll use the sharp point this time, Ray." Scylla injected with a smile. "Be safe," she said to the blood axe crew, blurring her eyes. They nodded solemnly at her. Her eyes met Jonas' stray blue, lingering for a long moment. Scylla filled the woods and did not look back. Clad in Singram's scale leather, she marveled at how swiftly she could move without cumbersome skirts. Hoping over a fallen pine, she spotted a hollowed trunk covered in moss and climbed inside. And then she waited. A raven called out from somewhere high above. A wasp buzzed by her ear, and she fanned it away. Crouching within the stump, her pulse now thundered in her ears. Would Skadra be there? Would Ray be able to defeat her? Would it be mercenaries like Skullstad? Claneri like Star? The pounding of hooves came to an abrupt halt, and Scylla peeked out from the stump, counting 5 warriors. The tension in her chest loosened. 5. That should be a challenge. That should be no challenge for the blood axe crew. Perhaps they wouldn't even break a sweat. A voice sliced through the cool air. "Morning!" The deep timbre of Ray's voice echoed off the trees. "Is there something you need?" "We searched for young woman, curly brown hair, about this height, has a small scar above her left eye. Might go by Catherine." Ray was silent a moment. "No one with us goes by that name." "Very well. We shall take a quick look in your wagon and be on our way." Parchment rustled. "Orders from the Queen. She is quite eager to bring this girl to Sunavik." The arch grew in Sylva's stomach. The Queen. How foolish of her to not think the mercenaries might not reveal to the crew. Ray had not wished to know, but she should have been more forthcoming and told him all the same. She should have told them the full truth and nothing but the truth. So help her God, that she was Asa. Her temples squeezed in, her heart thumping. Panic began to claw up her throat. No, she thought, not now. Scylla took up a fortifying breath. Hearthfire thoughts she was forced into her mind. The scent of pine wood and campfire. Pan breads pulled fresh and fluffy from the embers of the fire. A little boy hugging his puppy. What does the Queen want with her? Even from within the stump, Ray's voice sounded tight. "That is between the girl and her highness. We have private business with the king. He has forbidden us from sharing the contents of the wagon," said Ray. "That is disappointing," said the stranger, "because the Queen has promised a handsome reward to those who deliver the girl, and we shall not leave until we have searched your wagon." "Well, you understand that we'll defend this wagon by blade," replied Ray coolly. "So be it," said the man. Scylla had held out some faint hope that they would resolve this by words, but now that hope twisted in fear. A horn blew and steel clashed. Merciful gods, they were fighting. This was happening. It was only 5 warriors, Scylla reassured herself. The snap of the twig behind her had goosebumps rushing across her skin. Scylla grabbed for her dagger and unsheathed it, crossing her eyes, and she breathed deeply. It was nothing, she told herself, but then there it was again. Another crack. From the road came a distant clang of swords and muffled shouts, and curious buzzing sound caught her attention, and she caned her ears to determine the source. The yellow wasp flew into the stump, causing her breathing to shallow. Another wasp was bare. Nest nearby? Was there a nest nearby? Scylla held herself as quiet as she could. It was so quiet the buzzing seemed to echo in the stump. A maddening sound made her stomach tight. It happened so quickly. The pain seared from her scalp. Hands hooked underneath her armpits, hunting from the moss-covered stump. Her knees buckled as she was dropped roughly into the moss and her needle-sewn gown. Time seemed to slow as Scylla blinked at her surroundings, and a brown-bearded warrior stood before her in an unmarked black chain mail, countlessly similar to the clan mercenaries prowled from the dark depths within the forest. Fuck me running. Off to the side stood a smaller man in the brown hood of his cloak, shadowing all save the long double-braided beard flowing down his chest. His hand was lifted, palm facing the sky, and her eyes filled upon it. Scylla found the source of the buzzing sound. What in the eternal fucking flames? Staring at the man's arm, Scylla felt faint. It was covered in a wrath-crawling mass of wasps. I am not a man easily surprised, abhorrent, came the gruff voice of the warrior, gripping Scylla by the shoulder. He was half a head taller than her, and armed to the teeth. Ray's words rang in her ears. Always think forward. Imagine before it happens. She swallowed the fear down, focusing on the things she could control. The fool thought her untrained had not noticed the dagger she'd drawn up from her sleeve. Reverse grip, block left, aim for the neck, swing overhand. The creature did their job well, the warrior was saying. The scream built in her throat, and she let it free as she lunged at the mercenary, her arms swinging overhead. An unexpected did not anticipate her speed nor her training, and the blade sank into his neck. The motions were familiar, drilling into her muscles, but the hot, sticky blood coating her hand, the metallic smell of the air, this was new. And nothing could have prepared her for the look in the warrior's eyes. Surprise and rage blended at the knees buckled, and he crumpled to the ground. Ashes she had just taken a life. Her mouth fell open, but her senses surged back to her. Scylla pulled the dagger free and scrambled towards the rows of the horde of mercenaries on her tail, darting toward the road of bones. Scylla opened her mouth and screamed, "Men in the woods!" She burst through the trees just as Gunnar cut down the last remaining warrior. As expected, they handled the 5 men easily. But now Scylla drew more warriors than she could count straight to them, and the Blood Axe crew reacted quickly, forming a small shield wall backed against the wagon. As she ran into the road, their shields parted and she drawn inside the wall. "Are you hurt?" asked Jonas, turning to her. "Road," Jonas barked. "Ray, stand strong, spears ready." The darkness was disorientating, and Scylla pushed back to the crew. Spears butted, knocking into her. Scylla pressed her back to the wagon, fear slamming into her. Chainmail she painted, swords, shield, hivrits, and now helms. No red-haired woman, she thought. Where was Skadra? "Good," said Ray. "Chainmail will slow them. Aim for the necks, thighs, and armpits." The men were upon them, bodies crashing into the shields, swords hacking down upon them. The sharp crack of the woods and resounding clank of the steel filled the air. Scylla was jostled, knocked by the spears, handled, and elbows. The crews were patient, lying in the wait for perfect opportunity to thrust the spears between the gaps and shields, and they worked in pairs to make the kill. Scylla watched as Elias slammed his spear into the thighs of the warriors, taking him down into the ground. Ray finished him off with a thrust of his neck. In front of Scylla, Sigrun knocked an arrow in her bow. Open bellowed Hecla. Jonas and Elias angled their shields back as a bare moment, but it was enough. Sigrun let the arrow loose, landing in the eye of the blonde-bearded man. Too bad it wasn't that one. The brothers closed up the wall before the warriors could take advantage. It was fascinating and invigorating and terrifying all at once. Sunvlad protected them. She prayed. Would the gods answer her call when they abandoned her so many times before? Scylla pushed through away and persistent Mala granted them the courage. Halbrook guided their blades. Under the wagon, Sunshine growled Ray, and Scylla did not hesitate, crawling on her stomach until she was under the middle of the wagon. The shield wall broke open and chaos descended. 6 of the Blood Axe crew against countless warriors thirsted for their blood. Scylla watched from under the wagon with the furious of blows. Ray hacked into the giant of a man's face, yanking his hand axe free while ducking a blow from an opponent who approached from behind. Shields up! Jonas and Elias dove the warriors back, using the weight of their opponent's mail against them. Men stumbled, falling prey to the crush of boots as they were trampled. The brothers positioned themselves back to back, blades as a blur as they drove into those weak spots Ray has identified. Armpits, necks, thighs. It was a bloodbath. Men fell, screams and sickening squelches, and reckless clash and weapons filled the air. Hecla's scream rose above them all, drawing Scylla's attention. A frenzy of alternating slashes and swords, claws, bloods coated Hecla's face, not Hecla, and Scylla prayed that it was not her own. Gunner's blade was a blur over and hacked over and over and over, tirelessly defending Hecla's flank. The wagon rocked as Sigrun climbed atop it, loosing arrow after arrow in her opponents. She was under the wagon. A voice boomed and Scylla's entire body tensed. Hadn't she already lived this? Horse let out a high-pitched whine. The wheels of the wagon lurched forward. Scylla crawled on her stomach to keep up with the movement, but it was all in vain. In a rush of motion, horse took off down the road, the wagon bouncing after. Scylla was unearthed like a bug beneath the unturned rock, rolling on her back. It was too late. Hands clamped down on her arms and yanked her to her feet. Her dagger knocked from her hand and smacked with swords of broadside. The battered raged against her in a dizzying frenzy. Jonas's blonde braid coated in a crimson as he traded blows with the long-bearded warrior. Ray's blood-streaked face twisted in a furious battled opponent simultaneously. Hecla's claws teared open a black-haired man's throat. Scylla's wrist was snatched and bent bluntly behind her back. A noise gushed from her, but she did not recognize it as her own. It was guttural, a wounded animal. A man continued to wrench with such force he could feel the bone warping. Stop, she howled. Shut up, he yelled, grabbing a handful of her hair and dragging her towards the woods. 3 warriors stood with the backs to Scylla, creating a barrier between her and the Blood Axe crew. Tilting them around, the warrior shoved her forward. Scylla's feet slipped, pain screaming through her arms so intensely all was blocked out. Seconds or minutes or perhaps hours passed. They were in the woods now. Pines surrounded them. Please, she begged. Please, my arm. The man gripped on her arm, loosening the barest amount, but it was enough for Scylla's vision to swarm back into focus. To see that they had stopped before the brown-coated man, her eyes widened and she slammed her mouth shut. Wasps flying around the mass on the man's hand and landing on her face. They crawled up her cheeks across the bridge of her nose, nausea and revulsion churning within her. It is her, confirmed the brown-cloaked man. Acer Volksy. Sounds faded away as a realization formed. The wasps, she thought numbly. A wasp had landed on her nose that day in Skogstad before her father had been killed. Oh, fuck! Of course, she thought nothing of it, but now she wondered the queen tracked her with wasps. Steel clashed behind her. A warrior screamed of fury. The man who held her lurched, his grip loosening. Scylla wrenched herself free, and whirled on her captor just in time for the warrior's cough to splatter blood on her face. As the new assailant grabbed her, Scylla lunged for the axe, clutched in her dying warrior's hand. With a vicious swing, she felt the axe crunch through bone and cartilage as it sank into the approaching man's face. Her first kill had left her startled. Her second only fueled her determination. Always retrieve your weapon, she heard Ray saying, and she yanked her axe free, hefting it over her shoulder as a figure approached her flank. But the flash of the golden beard had relieved, insinuating her. Jonas, 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 Ducius, Ducius, Ducius. His sword drove the wasp man's neck. I'm glad he's doing it at least. An angry swarm of yellow and black flashing toward them. Pain stung her arm and the neck, but Jonas grabbed her and hauled her through the woods before flipping his cloak over the pair of them. Under the cloak, the gathering of her face, her hands. Are you hurt? He demanded, his hands moving over your body. It's not my blood, Jonas. What? He peeked out from beneath the cloak and, satisfied the wasp had lost interest in them, flung it off entirely. Stay here, he growled. Don't move. Then he was gone. She sank to the forest, leaning against the trees. The wasp had settled on the nearby course, and then she startled them numbly. The man had spoken as though the wasp had confirmed her identity, but she did not understand. Her arms throbbed, her eyes stung, panic scratched at her throat as she replied in what's seen on the road. There were so many of the black-clad men could take the Blood Axe crew, fight them all off. She blinked quickly, staring at the forest canopy, at the sunbeams and the golden dust hanging in the air. It smelled of damp grass and the copper tang of blood, of life and death. It felt as though hours had passed when the dried leaves rustled nearby, and the breast clashed from her. Scylla held herself still and surrendered to whatever was to come. Get up. It was Ray. Excuse me. Scylla clambered to her feet, but staggered backwards. His face was so thoroughly coated in blood, it was scarcely recognizable. His specialized armor was torn at the shoulder and thigh. Combined with the tension rolling off of him, he looked truly terrifying. Scylla's legs were weak, as though someone had rattled the earth and she could not quite get her footing. Are you hurt? She asked in a brittle voice. No. He leaned back towards the road, though she noted the favor in his right leg. But your leg. Is the crew safe? Was anyone injured? Yes, he thought through clenched teeth. Scylla's heart dropped like a stone through the water. You better not. I swear to God, if you fucking heck... They stepped into the road of bones, and she brought a hand to her mouth. A heavy quietness had fallen, as even ravens did not dare to crow. Her eyes swept over the road, and the bodies stewed like a driftwood on her bench. The dreams were already lived. These steps twice now in her memory. Time had passed, but the scene was the same death and annihilation. The blood on her hands. Scylla counted those she saw standing. Jonas. Fuck. Okay. Hecla. We're cool. Sigwin. Ray. Gunnar. Not Elias. Oh, man. I liked him. It could have been Jonas. Where was Elias? She whirled, her eyes searching. Where was he? Her eyes landed back on Jonas. Shoulders bow as he knelt on the road. Her mind was numb, but her body chose for her, stepping towards him. Elias laid sprawled before, the dark liquid seeping from his armor and pooling on the earthen road. Jonas places Elias' sword into his hands, forcing his little brother's fingers to close around it. Eyelids fluttering. A trickle of blood ran from Elias' parted lips as she sucked in labored gasps. God's damn it, Elias, cursed Jonas, his voice breaking. Scylla could not breathe. Not Elias. No. Elias, look at me, brother. I need your attention. Elias's eyes flew open, the whites flashing again, the taunt of his face. You fought well, brother, Jonas said quietly. You fought with honor and bravery, and now you're going home. Remember the field at the north end of the farm. Remember it, El. Recognition flashed in Elias's eyes. Good. Go and find the elm tree we used to climb, the one with the dead branches on the back. Remember that one? A garbled sound escaped Elias. Go to the tree. Remember to stay away from the back branches. That is where you fell and cut your arm. Do you not recall when I had to pull the twig right out from your arm? He laughed. But it was thick with emotion. Don't do that. Climb the front side. All right, brother? Elias took a shallow, gasping breath. Scylla took a shallow, gasping breath. Remember how peaceful it was in that tree? It was so still and restful. Nothing and no one could hurt us when we were up there. Remember, El? Elias blinked hard as if to say yes. Watch the sunsets and the storms rolling in. And imagine all the adventures together. I will join you there when it is time. Promise you will wait for me there, El. He choked on the last of his words. Elias stared up at Jonas. He focused intense upon his older brother. The sharp angles of pain and fear had eroded to the softener expression. Scylla imagined it looked a lot like love and perhaps acceptance. Good, said Jonas. I can tell your mind's eyes show you the tree. Wait for me there, brother. Together we will travel amongst the stars. His voice wavered. Elias' hands squeezed together around Jonas. It was intimate. A moment not for her. Scylla retreated, bracing her hands on her thighs as her breath grew violent, stomach churning. She squeezed her eyes. Shut. It was a nightmare from which she could not awaken. This was not meant to happen. Dear, sweet Elias. It should have been her. A strangled sob escaped from Jonas, a sound filled with such anguish. It ripped into her soul. Scylla fought against the need to crumple. She needed to be strong. For him. She turned cautiously and stared at Jonas, hunched over his younger brother's motionless body. She longed to take a step closer, to wrap her arms around him, but she sensed he needed space at this moment. Instead, she turned to face the rest of the crew. Hekla, Gunnar, Sigrun, and Ray watched her. With a deep breath, she tried to bolster herself for the ensuing volley of words. She deserved Barb they sent her way and would take everything they threw at her. She deserved to be punished. Sigrun's face was pale as milk, her eyes round and vacant, rubbing her scarred wrist and stepping backwards once, twice, then turned on her heel and ran to her horse. Within moments, she was galloping down the road of bones. The Queen, glinted Gunnar, drawing Scylla's attention. The Queen was after you? The land dispute, added Helka, her voice tight. Those men in Skarstad? They were after you in Skarstad, not your father. You? Yes, breathed Scylla. I'm sorry. It was insufficient. She grappled for the right words, but nothing came up empty. Nothing could convey the depths of her sorrow. Their blood-axe brother was dead. Nothing could right this wrong. Tears gathered in Scylla's eyes. I did not want to lie to you. I was frightened and desperate, running for my life. Hekla turned her back on Scylla, shaking her head. Gunnar could not meet her gaze. But Ray's axe, eyes bored into her skin with the heat of 1,000 suns. I did not think anyone would get hurt, pleaded Scylla. I simply wanted to ride. It was an honorable death, Ray said in a rough voice, looking away at last. Elias died with his blade in his hand after fighting with glory. It was no stray death for our brother. Gunnar and Hekla murmured the words of agreement. A flask was passed amongst them, each drinking deeply. Scylla's gaze found Jonas's back. With a deep breath, she stepped towards him, kneeling beside Jonas. She took her bloodied hands in hers. He leaned on her, and she gathered him in his arms, drawing his head to her chest. You can Let go with me, Jonas, she whispered, hand stroking the blonde warrior's hair, smoothing down his shoulders and back. Scylla held on. Jonas relinquished control and let himself cry. I'm going to take a moment here. To Elias. To Elias. Damn. That was rough. Damn. All right. Woo, you made it to 62. Okay. I'll tell you what, we'll bump it up to, we'll give you to 65. So you get, okay. So you get 50, 55. You get 3 buttons. Exactly. It wasn't Hecla. It wasn't Hecla. We're okay. It wasn't Hecla. And you get 3 buttons. Let's try to cheer your mood up a little bit here. Holy crap, that was so deep. Too deep for a Friday night. Good Lord. All right, Courtney. You got it, mamas. Come on, Courtney. You got it. 1, 4, and 8. Here's your one. She picks a good one.
Rune Dannon, Crown Prince of the Valbaran Fae.
1, 2, 3, 4. Break. I had to bring it up after that one. Holy shnikes, y'all. No wonder that one had freaking 3 stars by it on the freaking reading guide. It makes sense now. It makes sense now. Now it makes sense why it had the 3 stars and this one. Okay. Yep. Now it makes sense. Okay. Roger that. Roger that. All right. You're starting. All right. So you're starting at 63. So you get an easy one for 65K. You're 12. We'll just make it go to, we'll put you at 80. We'll put it at 80K. All right. So we're starting at 63. Go to 80. Yes, Brittany. We have missed you. It's okay. We understand. Listen, we will always be here. Trust. We will always be here. Life gets us. And hey, if life, seriously, and this goes to anybody, if life is just getting too overwhelmed and you need somebody to just chit chat, drop down in the Discord. We're all down there. And then just say, hey, we need somebody to talk. So if somebody, I guarantee you, somebody will have a few minutes to listen to you to just vent if somebody needs to vent. Okay? Seriously. That's what it's for, y'all. That's what it's for. And we have missed you too, just so you know. All right. Everybody doing good? Okay, I know P's still awake. I'm so happy for that. I hope she doesn't have any like special events tomorrow. Like she got to go, no craziness. All right, we got one more chapter for tonight. I'm just saying you be traveling like you had the gymnastic event in Philly just a few weeks ago, and then you had to go uptown. Like I pay attention. I be watching. Just making sure. Okay, good. All right. We got one more chapter for tonight. Chapter 55. Let's get into it. Demi Demi, I've been saying it right? Yeah. I've been saying for some reason, I just feel like I said waters. Like, I'm about what? Demi Winters, A Road of Bones. Chapter 55. She's got stayed at the end of the month. Hell yeah. She gonna rock it. I know she is. Rocking the state. Chapter 55. Let's go. His body still swayed with the movement of the horse as Jonas dismounted. I kind of feel bad for the guy. See, this is... This 55 is different from the Akamath. Oh boy, from the Akamath 55. I think I remember that one. I feel bad for Jonas, but I still don't like Jonas. I just want to go out on the record. I feel bad for him, but I still don't like Jonas. I'm just going to put it out there. All right, Jonas dismounted. Oh, thank you, Swanson. Pain thundered from his shoulders where he'd taken a hard blow, and he was relieved for a moment, relieved to discover he was capable of feeling anything. Exactly. He's a good brother and a good fighter, just not a good boyfriend material. Needs to grow up a little bit. He'd been numb the entire afternoon, disbelieving. His mind was an empty cavern. His body had taken over. Movement in his periphery and a halo of curls bounced on his approach. Her arms, oh, thank you very much. Her arms wrapped around him, her scent surrounding him. Jonas breathed in. She whispered things in his ear. I'm sorry. I never meant for this to happen. Will you eat something? Can I set the tent up and help you clean? Shaking her off, he stumbled away and lifted his flasks, pouring the liquid down his throat. It burned and he savored it. The pain, the remembered of what he was alive. It reminded him that he was alive. Warmth shimmered in his stomach, but it was the only Brensa. Ray was at his shoulder, his hand landing heavy. He was speaking. Jonas heard words like grave and body. He was asking what Jonas wanted to do. Does he want to bury or burn Elias? Jonas had no words, so he merely nodded, stumbling into the shadow of the woods. He needed to be alone. He felt the ebony shadows enveloping him. He needed to be in the dark. I feel him. I get it. Scylla stared at the lumpy form in the wagon, his life for the payment for her safety. Guilt clung to her like sticky cobwebs she could not pull off. Her insides were torn and shredded, and she stared at Elias's body. She couldn't keep the thoughts in her mind. It should be you. She should leave, sink into the woods and deaden in the night, and then leave them, unburden them. Death and misery followed her. It would be better this way. Yeah, except if you do that, they're going to come chase after you, and then it'll probably just end up pissing them off more. So let's just not do that and just be okay. All right. Would they come after her? Risk themselves further? Yeah, probably. Her arms ached, her heart ached, her body was heavy with raw grief and fatigue. Scylla's hands moved absently to her chest. In the empty place where the vial used to hang, the craving slithered through her whispering mind. One leaf to feel better, one more to forget it all. Stay off the leaves! Jesus, you don't need the shit. You've been off them more... Scylla closed her eyes, curled her hand into the fist, counted her heartbeats until the thoughts quieted. When she opened her eyes, something flickered inside her. It was not like this last time. She was not the girl she was back in Skadstra. She would be strong for the Blood Axe crew, as they had been for her. Scylla's eyes darted to Hekla, who had just ridden. What? Scylla's eyes had darted to Hekla, who had just ridden into camp. She kept her distance from the others the whole day, hadn't spoken a word to Scylla. You don't deserve her words, thought Scylla. You don't deserve her friendship. As Hekla attempted to dismount, her metal hand seemingly caught in the reins, her horse weaned, prancing to the side, yanking Hekla along with it. Eternal fucking fires, cursed Hekla, twisting the arm off and leaving it attached to the reins. With an empty sleeve, she stalked to the stream. Everybody's fucking up right now, man. Damn. Scylla edged towards the horse, pulled the oats from her pocket, and flattened her hand. Hekla's mare blew out a long breath. Ears flattened against her head. Come on now. I know you want this, Scylla softly. The horse's ears twitched forward. She took one step and another, then nuzzled into Scylla's palm. Tears blurred Scylla's eyes as she stroked the horse's nose. "It'll be all right," she whispered. "It'll be all right." But no matter how many times she repeated the words, she couldn't quite believe them. Elias was dead because of her, and the thought made her want to vomit. Instead, Scylla stitched herself up, stood tall, and worked her way around the horse, where Hecla's prosthetic arm dangled from the reins. She found the button on the underside of her wrist and released it. As she caught the arm, Scylla grasped dried blood coated from fingertip to forearm. Nausea threatened her once more, and she pressed a hand to her stomach. So much violence, so much death, so much blood on her hands. Forward, she urged herself. Be strong. For them. Blinking back tears, Scylla got to work settling up camp for the night. She unloaded the wagon, laid kindling on the pyramid with the lichen stuff beneath it. Stuck in the firestone beneath the life in the fire, she set the tripod and the trammel hooked above it, fetched water and set it to boiling. Hecla was there, cradling her sound lamb against her chest. "I'll put your arm in there," Scylla said quickly. Hecla would not meet her eyes. Swallowing back a boulder-sized lump, Scylla pressed on. "Are you hurt?" "A small mark," replied Hecla coldly. She twisted her arm to reveal the angry cut sneaking up her forearm. "I'm boiling water to clean wounds. I am no expert, but with direction, I can manage." Hecla kept her gaze on the fire. "Use Sigrun's medical pouch. There are linen strips to dress wounds." Sigrun had appeared at camp only to wander off into the woods, bow slung over her shoulder, just as she had been on the road where Elias had fallen. Sigrun had looked, though, as she had seen a ghost. Scylla silently apologized before rifling through her saddlebag for the medical pouch. Finding a small leather satchel, she returned to the fire. Once the water had boiled, she set it aside to cool while she looked through the provisions. A curse and a crash came from down the hill, and Scylla turned to Ray hurl the iron tent pole across the clearing. His leg collapsed beneath him as he staggered to the ground. It was the leg he'd been limping on earlier in the day. "Ray!" She rushed forward. Ashes! Her steps faltered as his axe eyes slashed into hers. With a deep breath, Scylla moved toward him. Ray grunted, the lines of his face carved with pain. His breeches were torn mid-thigh, blood gushing as he repositioned his leg. It was fine on horse, but now... "You'll need that wound stitched," said Hecla, appearing beside Scylla. "Come, let us get to the fire." Together, Hecla and Scylla helped Ray to the fire, easing him gently to the grass. His back propped against the crate. Hecla passed him a flask, crouching to inspect the wound. "You'll have to stitch it," she said, without looking at Scylla. "I cannot with my hand." "Me?" repeated Scylla, her pulse accelerating. "Yes, I'll do it." She tugged off her wolf skin gloves, thankful to see her skin, as usual, dull and pale hue. Hecla... Excuse me. Hecla handed her the sewing kit, and Scylla pulled out a thick needle, some thread, and a pair of small scissors. "Perhaps she would wait for Sigrun," said Ray, his voice a touch lower than usual. "No," said Hecla. "She could be gone all night. We must get you sewn up now." Turning to Scylla, she started barking directions. Scylla knelt in front of Ray, pulling at his breeches to examine the wound. "Oh, pulling them breeches down, It was a single straight slash, a hand span above his knees. Thankfully not deep, so threatening his ability to walk, but the edges gapped wide, blood seeping from it, and poor Scylla was no expert. She agreed with Hecla's assessment that it must be stitched. As she brushed her knuckle around the surrounding flesh, Ray flinched, pausing to study. The warrior's body was rigid, his axe eyes trained on her face. "If you wish me to stab you worse than you already are, then by all means, keep looking at me like that." "We should wait for Sigrun," repeated Ray, making to rise. But Scylla pressed her hand to his chest. "Besides the fact she's wandered into the wilds, Sigrun looked in no state to stitch you up." Scylla leveled him with a look. "I'm afraid you're stuck with me, Axe Eyes." He grumbled something under his breath, but did not move. Following Hecla's directions, Scylla used the scissors to cut the opening of the breeches larger. Next, she held the needle in the flame until it glowed red hot before looping the thread through it. Pour the Brenson over the wound. Scylla took a bottle and hovered it over his leg, paused at a sharp intake of the breath as where it was perfectly controlled warrior she'd grown to know. Either his emotional restraint had snapped through, or he was afraid. Oh, he afraid as fuck. He afraid as fuck. You know how bad if she... Listen, I like Scylla, but if you don't stitch it right, it's going to scar so bad. And you know how bad that scar could look on his leg? Are you for real right now? Sorry. I just playing. She could not work on him when she was so jumpy, and yet Scylla knew the perfect way to distract him. You mean to tell me that the fearsome Axe Eyes is afraid of a small Neil? Rainier? Scylla huffed. What would your mother say? She poured the liquid onto his leg, and he clenched his fist, growling. Why do you hate being called Rainier? She asked as the tension eased his body. Because Cracky and my grandmother are the ones who used to call me that. Without warning, she... Not his grandfather, is it? Are the only ones who call me that, huh? Without warning, she plunged the needle in, twisting it through the other side of the wound. Scylla tried not to blush as the spew of foul words drawn from Ray. Is that so? Have you fond memories of your grandmother, Rainier? Fond memories of pain and suffering. Fuck! She plunged the needle back in and in and out, pulling it a little bit more taut. She sounds precious, Rainier. Please tell me more about her, said Scylla. There was a snort from behind her. Ray threw an angry look over her shoulder. Does my suffering bring you enjoyment, Hecla? It kind of does, I ain't gonna lie. He asked through his clenched teeth. More than it should right now. Grief swept across Hecla's face, and she looked away. Focus, said Scylla, guilt burning in her stomach.
Lock in, Wise. Lock in.
Lock in, Scylla, lock in. Tell me about your grandmother, Rainier. She's the coldest person I've ever met. She, gods damn it, and unleashed a string of the foulest curse words. You cunt, bitch, motherfucking goddamn slut, bitch, fuck, cunt, hole, motherfucker. I assume it was something like that. Okay? If it was to be me. The foulest curse words Scylla had ever heard as she looped the needle back for a third stitch. Her straightest one yet. How many more stitches? Hecla peered over her shoulder. At least one more. Ray's growled, trying to sit up. Scylla placed her hands on his chest, pushing him back more. Lay down, you oversized infant. You are a terrible patient. You are tap dancing on that line. He pressed his lips together, growling up at the sky. Now, Rainier, Scylla cooed, readying herself for the next stitch. You must tell us more about your grandmother. Does she enjoy baking bread? Embroidery? Bread? He scoffed. Not my grandmother, no. Scylla pushed the needle back into the skin, repeating the twisting and pulling motion. She held the stitches taut, tied them off, and trimmed the thread with the scissors. I thought you were a brave warrior, and yet you cower in the face of a needle. Scylla sat back admiring her work. She almost smiled, but then remembered how Ray incurred his wound. The guilt rushed back, shredding her insides. With a sigh, Scylla frowned Hecla's direction to dress the wound. After packing it with a mixture of honey and moss and strips of linen was secure in place. You owe me a pair of breeches, grumbled Ray as she secured the bandage. My best ones, shredded to ruins. She sat back on her haunches looking up at him. Hecla wandered off to help Gunnar set up Ray's abandoned tent, and it was the two of them alone at the fire. They'd ridden long space between them and the bodies on the road and the sun nearing the horizon. The last night of the day played across Ray's cheekbone, weariness etched into his face. Words cowered her mind, and yet she found herself speechless. It should have been me. It should have been me. I should have told you everything. I wish I could go back in time and take Elias's place. I'm sorry, Ray, she said at last, cursing herself for such insufficiency. Elias was dead because of her. I am so sorry. Her face was utterly impassive. She frowned. The silence was so much worse than anger. She needed to tear into him, to punish her. Why were you taking those leaves? He asked. Her brows rose. She should not anticipate this question and found herself searching for the right words. The right words or the fucking truth? At this point, the right words are the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the motherfucking truth. I thought you were simply Galdry, Ray said quietly. Frost swept down her spine and Scylla licked her lips, trying to decide what to say. I told you the truth, nothing but the truth, mother. I swear to God, Scylla! He stared into the flames, the leaves, the secrets, the way you pushed me in the field after the vampire deer attacked. It was all that made any sense. I harbor no ill will toward the Galdry. I was willing to transport you to a safer place. A muscle and raised jaw flexed, and the flames of the fire were reflected in his eyes, in his dark eyes. Did you see that right there? I'm just saying really quick, I just want to point out, after all the bullshit, Ray said, I harbor no ill will toward, and fucking what did Jonas do? I'm just saying, another fucking flag. I'm just, motherfuckers. Sorry. I fucking hate Jonas. Anyway, I'm sorry. My bad. Transports you to a safer place. A muscle and raised jaw flexed, and the flames of the fire were reflected in the dark eyes. I thought the Clonier chased you. It was why I did not ask for details. The less we knew about you, the better. But I was wrong. Scylla was exhausted. The lies, this false life she led for so long, were unbearable weight on her shoulders. Oh, Ray is all a green flag for me right now. Just seriously. Besides being a broody little bitch. Anyway, digressing. She wanted to come clean, to lay herself bare. She opened her mouth to the truth, flood free. But he beat her to it. Not killing you when I discovered you in our wagon will be a thing I regret until my last breath. Her breath lodged in her throat. The only reason you live is at your God's damn oath. Because of you, Elias is dead. He was a good man, a brother to us all. I mean, you got to take this one. You got to take this one. His death is heavy on my mind, and Jonas is forever changed. It's true. You got to own this one. You're going to suck it up. Ray's hands curled into a fist, and when he shifted his gaze to her, his axe eyes cut so deep she could feel the mark on her soul. You've brought violence and unrest to my crew, and I will relish the day you leave us. Do you really? I bet that changes. Her eyes blurred, but she blinked back the tears. It was what she deserved, after all. Your fault. Your fault. Your fault. Speech was beyond her, rising to shaky feet. Scylla retreated to help Hekla and Gunnar with the tents. And that's where we end tonight. Woo! Okay, where do we get to? 71. Nice job. All right. So you're going to get 65. You get 2. You get 2 buttons. All right. So this is, I think there's 2 buttons left too, isn't there? Oh, wait. This is so good. There's 2 buttons left. And you get 2 picks. Okay. She goes 2 and 6. Wait, there's 3 buttons left, isn't there? Wait. Is there 3 buttons left? How many buttons left are there? You're good with 1 through 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 7. Right? And you did 7 and you did 8. Ah. Oh, okay. So you have 3 buttons. So you have, yeah, she's got 8. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it's what? 5, 6, and 9 that you don't know? Ooh. All right. Here we go. She's picking 2. She's taking a safe one. All right. Oh, Meg, what up, girl? Oh, it's okay. Life happens. All right. And then you said 6. Well, you playing it safe. She's playing.
You need to watch you break. I take whatever I decide to take. Leave my mark so everybody sees.
Let's go. Okay. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah. Okay. So let's see. That means but you didn't find all of them. So there's 2 buttons. Wait, hang on. 5. Yeah, there's still 5. Oh, so you still have 5 and 9. Because that one was, yeah. You still have 5 or 9. Okay, here we go. Okay, I tell you what. If you can guess the last one properly, we'll end it with the full of them. But if you get it wrong, y'all got to click to 85K. How about that? Because we're ending the stream. Are we ready? Oh, she doesn't know. Uh-oh. Courtney, it changed a few times. Because remember, every time it goes, it changes. So I change it up. Okay. So far, everybody seems to be saying 9. I don't know. I see DW said 9. Oh, 9. P says 9. She says 9. Are we sure? Do you want to lock that in? She says 9. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, you are a winner! Five. That's where it was. I put it there thinking you would be like, he wouldn't put it right where it, and you got it. You did it. She is redeemed. You did it. Courtney. She went a perfect 9, 4, 9. Actually, 9, 10. She went like 11 for 11. She went 11 for 11, if I remember correctly. See, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 for 14. 14 for 14, I believe is what I counted. Wow. Okay, we're going to have to add 2 buttons now. I think so. I mastered it. You got to add another button. I think every time somebody gets a full slate, we're going to have to add an extra button. But let's go ahead. Let's get your rewards and get out of here for the evening, because I know y'all get. She's a hell no. Q's like, what did you say?
Rune Dannon, Crown Prince of the Balbaran
And see,
Fae.
you should. Hey, this is the good kind right here, though. Shirt. Y'all see this shirt? Do y'all see this shirt? I see this shirt.
I'm telling you, loosen up my buttons, baby. But you keep running, baby. Say what you gon' do to me. But crazy now, I'm telling you, loosen
I
up
could
my
make some
buttons,
songs.
baby. But you keep running. Say what you gon' do to me. But
look on
I
your
see
face.
nothing.
All right, where we at? That was there. We skipped that one. He was wanting to dance. He was wanting to dance. I just wanted to show y'all how, look, got broken horn and everything. Okay, here. That's epic. All right, folks. All right. With that being said, we are not live tomorrow night, if I am not mistaken.
My love.
So,
Yes, what are your theories?
one second. We already know some of it. Hang on. We're not live tomorrow night, but we're going to go Sunday after brunch. We're going to close out, right? We close out the book. I believe so. I think. Yeah, we're free tomorrow, but I'm still going to do 5, but we're just not doing a live. And then Sunday we're doing brunch and then finishing out. Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, theories. They're going to get her to Copa. Good night, Courtney. Good job. Unless you want to. We'll see what's happening tomorrow. I don't know. We'll figure it out. You look like you're awful on the side. Do you want to scooch in a little bit more? There you go. Hey, that's what I'm talking about. Skadra, exactly. Skadra's listen. I don't know why. And listen, she might end up. This might be. I'm sticking. I'm not giving up on her. Y'all can. This is my big. Honestly. What are you doing? Are you messing with me? Tell me what the heck? It's CDW, y'all make quit playing. Like, okay. Do I need to give up on her? Do I need to give up on Skadra? Like, or y'all
They're probably like, have you ever thought
you poor unfortunate soul?
Maybe Maeve's just, misunderstood too.
No, Maeve is a kunta. Maeve is a kunta. Like, that's obvious. Like, I know Skadra, this is the thing. Like, Skadra's bad now. I'm not saying she's a good person. Like, Lydia was bad for a while, and then she had to become a good person. You know what I'm saying?
It's like a Lorcan.
Like a Lorcan was an asshole until he wasn't an ass. Like, you see what I'm saying?
Nest is a bitch. There's that.
Nest is still a bitch. Nest is just dealing with their shit while being a bitch. Okay, that's like.
You said Lorcan's an ass.
Lorcan is an ass.
Valid.
But I like his ass. Well, not like that.
But that's not what we're debating.
Fair. I think I need a new horse. Choices were made. No! I have attached my wagon to the wrong Skadra. Fuck. Fucking Skadra. All right. I guess it's like the Titanic. I'm going down with the ship. Maybe in book 5.
You're holding on to Skadra harder than you hold on to some other people.
I don't know why. All right. They're off. Skadra's a bad person. We're letting it go. It's over. She's a bad person. Fuck. We're going to find a new horse. All right. Can you make horse sounds? Hey, there we go. All right. Wise language matters. Oh, that's funny. Language matter. What I say? Wise. Did I say so? Oh boy. Anyway. All right. With that being said, I will never let it go. But what if they're just lead? I don't know. I'm gonna have to think about it.
And Rigulus is just trying to have lunch too.
No, Rigulus is a kunta also. There's a big difference. There's a difference. Do y'all not see the difference between Rigulus, Maeve, and Skadra?
Do you need a hand?
Yeah, like there's a big difference between she just tried to compare to Maeve and fucking Regulus and fucking Reggie. No, they're so Maeve and Reggie is Skadra. How are you even?
No, you're saying like the good person.
All right, we're gonna let it go, or I'm gonna be up again all night. Scodger gave her sister. What? Huh? When did that happen? Did I miss that? I missed that then. Did I miss that?
You give up your sister just so you have freedom? Like sold her out?
Then I had to have missed that. That had to happen. When did that? I don't remember that. Wait.
The Nile is a river in Egypt.
No. Hang on.
Row.
When they first talked about her getting captured and she was saying that was that time, wasn't it? That's when she was in and she's like, I thought it was, fuck me running. That was her. Fuck. Okay. Oh, God damn it. God. Okay. It was her. Okay. I thought, oh, fuck. No. I thought she was just arguing with herself. Oh, fuck. I thought she was arguing with herself. It was a twin? Oh.
Some days of our lives shit right there.
Okay. I fucking completely misread. That's my fuck up. I thought it was her. I thought it was like fucking Carol Ann and she was seeing shit because she was trying to fuck me running.
He's shorting out, guys.
Okay. Scodra, you're a cunt. You're a bitch. Fuck you, whore. Fuck that bitch. I don't like her. Okay. I probably am. I don't care. God damn it. Fictional characters, TikTok. Okay. Now, okay. It was, okay. All right. Now I see the disconnect now. Now I see the disconnect. Okay. All right.
Give the guy some.
Okay. No, I get it. And that's why I asked too in the Discord, like, I was like, okay, so this is what I'm saying. Like, she was captured and she said, you need me to work for you. And nobody said, like, when y'all were saying I was like, yeah, that was not a flashback, but oh my God. Fuck me, run. Okay. This book makes so much more sense now. Now this book makes so much. I was like, how is there so many Carol Anns and I'm fucking getting them? Okay. Okay. Now that we're on the same page, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Mother. Okay. Now I get it. Now it is clear. The fog has been lifted. Okay, Scodra's a bitch.
Suddenly the fog has lifted, and at last I've seen the light.
Okay, well, with that being said,
Rune Dannon, Crown Prince of the Valbaran Fae.
all right. Holy crap. Okay, that's going to make... Oh, wow. All right, anybody. With that being said, we're going to end it there. Oh, you do? Come... Oh, here, really quick. Look at Liz and Liz's face. Now they look even more like with the bangs. This is wild. All right. Wow. Everyone, thank you all for joining us tonight. 73K. Close to the record. Close. So close. Record is still 108K that we have tracking. All right, folks. Bose, I thought you went back to bed, darling. I thought she went to bed a long time ago. She's still here kicking it. Girl, go get some sleep. Thank you for joining us, though. For real. She said, I woke up again. Well, thank you for being here. She does love us, and we love her just like we love all of y'all. All right, folks. It's late. It's midnight on the East Coast. Y'all get to bed. Your kids need to go to bed. Mom, tell them, babe, tell the kids to go to bed.
Night. Sweet dreams.
All right, folks.
Shadow Daddy.
Rune Dannon, Crown Prince of the Valbaran Fae.
Everyone.